Since he done this side. That's my jam. Okay, so let's do a little housekeeping first. So everybody have checked in. We do have the live feed going for all of you, so that is great pictures. We got some people coming in. I actually saw them pulling up, so get ready to receive them. A few things, so if you want to take notes, that's great. If you want to have the video, you can get the video today for $150. You understand how that works. If not, then it's $250. You understand how that works. If you don't secure it today, that is good. Everything is good. Also, use the hashtag Born to Win ATS. Is that what? Or is it just okay? Born to Win ATS or Born to Win. You can just use Born to Win. Use the hashtag Born to Win. That will work. And I don't think I have. If you see Mr. Brown in the hallways, try to let him. Nah, it's a joke. You have to be with us. We travel with Les Brown all the time. That's the last thing they always say as well. So I had to do that there. Good. I have to go to do another keynote. Woo! Yes. I didn't try to double book myself. They scheduled me without scheduling me, and so I'm going to go there and then come back. So I'll be over there at 1:15. That means I'm going to have all my stuff at the front end. Okay, so you're going to, yes, you're going to have 4 different keynotes back to back. We're not leaving till 12, so please get thine fatty foods in the back that Harold Jackson will have to run off you. Yes. Free plug for him. He has a gym that all of you need to be members of. Yes. He's also one of the sponsors of this conference, and him and his lovely wife are here in attendance. King and Queen Jackson. Yes. Give us love. For information about them, we will drop this here in the feed so you guys can have that down there. So somebody take care of that for me. Join. That's what you should do. Does that make some sense? All right, I'm sure you didn't mind no free advertisement. I'll take it any day. As well, we have a lot of, all of you are here. We're good to see Pastor Paul here as well. He's always a good thing. Ain't he always looking good? He's always looking good. All right, and then the Queen walked in here. She has a conference going on. Yes. All right, let's get started. So, 4 different things. This is a financial conference. If you don't know anything about me, I'll tell you about me in a second, but let me tell you about this conference first. About 75% of this conference is literally about finances. All right? Literally. Right? I don't know if you've ever been to a financial conference. That's not the way it works. It's normally about, it's only about 35%, and then they upsell you. That's the way. That's not what we're doing here. It's about 75%, and then we're going to have some people tell us stories as well in between. We're going to so I'm going to do an hour, then we have some music as if I walked away, and then an hour again, same thing, and then an hour again, same thing, and then an hour again. Does that make some sense? All right, we're going to talk about the law of money, and we're going to talk about the law of wealth creation. Does that make sense? Let me tell you a little bit about me. Antonio T. Smith Jr., that is my name. I grew up homeless for many years. And I'm thankful that I did, because I actually get to have more opportunities than many of you, because when you have been coddled and spoiled, you don't know how to create a way for yourself. That is something I'm very thankful for, that if you take everything from me right now, I won't even stress, because if I got it once, I know how to get it again. I understand the principles of creating things that I want. I never stress about my reality. I create my reality. And I'm going to teach you that from a financial standpoint on this day. Now, let me pause right there. Let me just tell you that don't just take what I just said as a cliche. I promise you, nothing I said is a cliche. So I'll rewind and maybe you can catch it again this time. You can create your own income and your own income reality. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to put yourself in a homeless mind state. Wonderful story I love to tell about a leopard that must eat in the jungle. Is my zipper zipped in? Is that? There we go, on camera. There we go. She said my zipper was unzipped. Why is you looking? No, I'm just joking. I just joking. That's right. We're going to keep all that, too, on the video, too. All that. It's going to be on the video. I'm not going to edit it out. I'm going to put it on the official video. She's going to see it. Listen, my tummy stops my zipper from zipping on the tongue. You understand? You know. But I'm losing that, though. I've lost 5 pounds the last week. Yes. Yeah. I had to run a lot for that because at this point, cardio is a must. Cardio is a must. A leopard has to eat. This is important because leopard's very fast. It's in the jungle, very, very fast. The problem with being very fast is if you're not careful, you rely on your strengths. If you rely on your strengths, which you should, then you get cocky. Winning has never taught me anything. Losing has taught me everything. The only thing winning has ever taught me is how to be arrogant and how to be comfortable. And so if you continue to only rely just on your strengths, which you should double down on them, but if you try to learn from winning, you'll never learn anything. So what the leopard must do in order to eat the impala is the leopard must conceal themselves and put themselves into the right position to where there's strength versus strength. Right. If the leopard does not get the impala, the leopard starves for a week. Now, why is this important for you? Because you need to start acting like the leopard. You kill the impala or you starve. 90% of leopard cubs do not make it past their second birthdays. 90% of leopard cubs do not make it past their second birthdays. It's a scientific fact. Because if you don't eat, you don't live. And unfortunately, you're not treating your money that way. Unfortunately, you are not treating your money as if this is what I have, and if I don't keep it, I die. Most people take all your money and you eat all your harvest. That makes absolutely zero sense. It makes no sense to be a farmer, to plant seeds, wait for the harvest, and then devour the entire harvest that comes to you. So please understand that what I'm getting ready to teach you is the reason why you treat your money that way is because you have been bamboozled to operate in a false system and you think lack exists. Lack does not exist. It is a lie that has been told to you. It is a lie that you immediately need to separate yourself from as fast as possible. Here's how you know if lack exists in your mind. If you spend money and say, ooh, I shouldn't get that. Lack is prevalent in your mind. I'm not talking about being frivolous with your money. We're not talking about being absolutely insane with it. We're saying when you say, I don't have enough money for this, I better make sure I have enough for rent. You are operating under the fact that lack exists, and that is why you have lack. Your dominant thoughts are lack. Think about it this way. If I were to ask you, as I do it all the time, I'm going to test you. I'm going to test you. This is a test. You are going to fail. I am going to tell you that this is a test. And as I'm telling you that this is a test, you are going to fail. All of you will be millionaires. Like, I got that part. Yeah, right. In 2 hours. Now think about that. Look at the reaction you just had in your mind. Think about that for a second. You was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to be a millionaire. But when I put a time limit on it, your dominant thoughts kicked in. And that's exactly why you have what you have, because you talk away, but your mental talk is what actually exists in your reality. So if you think 2 hours is not enough to get $1 million, then you're operating under the system of lack. Because there are people making $100 million in 2 hours consistently. Yeah. Statistically, 1,700 millionaires are created in America a day. To be honest with you, millionaires are the new middle class.
Come on.
I don't even consider $1 million rich anymore. If you get $1 million and you spend a dime, you're no longer a millionaire. Millionaire is the new middle class. Period. That's not changing. I personally have a goal for the next 363 days is to, not $1 billion, $3 million is what I'm going for in the next, yes, thank you. $3 million. I absolutely believe it. It's absolutely something very believable for me. It's not something that is a stretch for me, but it is a bit of a stretch. We got to work. That's $8,300 a day. Every day I sit down and I say, somebody owes me $8,300.
Speaking my language.
Does that make sense? Now ask yourself, are you approaching your days in that manner?
Come on now.
Do you even know 90%? If you walk out there right now and say, hey, what is your goal financially for the rest of this year? They're going to tell you some vague answer.
I don't know.
And vagueness, if you have vague in your mind, you have vague in your life.
Uh-oh. Jesus.
And so what we need to understand is how you do anything is how you do everything. I did a group assignment not too long ago, and I had these professionals do this group. And I said, you got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes to do this exercise over the word hope. It's group assignments. And how many of us don't like group assignments at all? Come on, you can go and admit it. You understand. You remember in high school, the group, okay, she got 5 hands back there on one body that came up. Does that make sense? Okay, and so we don't like group assignments. But how you do anything is how you do everything. So the people, I watched the dynamics of the group, they thought that when they performed the group exercise, that was the point of the group. That was not the point. The point of the group exercise was for me to show them how you do anything is how you do everything. So there were people in the back of the group clicking together, talking about the people who were trying to take charge. Those people show up at your church and do the same thing.
Oh, right.
Because how you do anything is how you do everything. Then there were other people, yeah, this is going to get worse. Then there were other, and this is just my introduction to part 1. There were other people who then cowered in the back to lose themselves because they were too afraid to say something so others would not be offended by their strength. These people show up in your marriages in the same way. However you do anything is how you do everything. So if you're doing something very little, how you're doing it is how you do everything. Now, imagine your financial situation. It doesn't matter. How you're approaching your finances is how you approach everything. It's very hard to be in overdraft and to be having an overflow spirit. It's hard. It's near impossible. It is. We do it. But what happens if you're in... Are y'all ready? Because this is going to get worse. If you're in overdraft physically, but your spirit is always in overflow, you aren't the problem. The people around you are. Because you can only have in this reality what you manifested in your mind. And the people in your life are just as worse as the food you put in your body. And this is a scientific fact. So if you are always jovial, but your finances are not, the people in your life are sucking all the life out of you. And it's showing up in your financial situation. Does that make sense? It'll show up in your health. But if you're great and healthy, but your finances are, you got people just draining everything from you. They got this thing called sapiosexual. Okay. That's when you love an intellectual conversation. That's like sex for you. That is something that we all need to be doing daily. But however, if we do not have the capacity to have intellectual conversations, then what happens is we also are not having intellectual conversations about money. Everybody's talking about money. Everybody's just not talking about it the same. That's right. Let's see if you heard some poverty lack statements. Money don't grow on trees. Anybody, by show of hands, anybody heard that one?
Uh-oh.
You think I am Rockefeller? Anybody heard that one? Yes. Or what about this one? I love this one. When we go in the store, you better not ask for nothing. Anybody had?
Don't touch nothing.
Don't touch nothing. Don't ask for nothing. You understand? Do they give you that it's cold in my face look? You know, as if like a whole cold breeze just hit my face. You know, you got to look like that. And all of this is lack. It's a lie. Let me tell you why this is a lie. It is a lie that you believe in lack. It is not true because nature does nothing in lack. Let's do this from just straight observational information that you already have. You've never had a poor rain cloud. It's never happened. It never rained and and the rain cloud was depressed and was like, you know what? I just take this. When it rains in abundance. In truth, all fresh water on planet Earth comes from one place: rain. It comes from it's not magically coming from the ground. If any groundwater that is fresh came from the rain. The rain is always in abundance. Let's take it out of something that is life-giving. Let's take it to something that takes life. The AIDS virus. The AIDS virus is a virus that multiplies itself in abundance. There's nothing that life would ever do that would do it in lack. Whether you're giving life or taking life, whether it's natural or not. If it's natural, it will always be in abundance. I prove it to you again. Let's all of us picture a banana tree. Actually, let's picture an orange tree.
Thank you.
Picture an orange tree. You like oranges?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw your face. I felt your heat.
Thank
all right, there we go. He shot his signal to me and said, let's go ahead. Okay, so let's picture an orange tree just for a second.
All right.
Does an orange tree have one orange on it? Now think about this for a second. You expect the orange tree to have a bunch of oranges on it. Does that make sense? Now watch this here, because nature is real funny about things. Nature does what you call the principle of multiplication. Okay. So inside each orange is a multiplication of seeds.
Come on now.
Oh, wow.
And in order to get the one orange tree, you only need one seed. Lord have mercy. Okay. I'm trying to show you how nature does nothing in lack. To get one seed, put it into the ground, gives you a tree with hundreds of oranges with thousands of seeds. It's the principle of multiplication. Yeah. This is why old folks say, if they're religious, you can't be God's giving.
Come on.
It's because God sends to work in great multiplication. Yeah. Let's take it out of God. The ground works in great multiplication.
Yeah.
When you put it into it, it gives you back. If you planted one seed of corn, you get back an ear. Does that make sense? Finances work in the same way, and we'll cover that in great detail. But here is why you've been lied to. You have started being charged for the orange tree. It's free. I mean, think about this for a second. You know what? This is free over here. I tell you what, it's mine now.
We're going to charge for it.
And this is why you've been lied to, because the moment we do that, we put lack on it. The moment we do something, we put lack on it. Does that make sense? Okay, hear me well. The moment we do something, we put lack on it. The moment I want it, I am the winner. I establish the rules. And winners establish the rules, and the rules made by winners are always going to benefit the winners and keep the losers in their place. I promise you, I'm talking all about finances. I'm finna get to this first law, but I'm trying to show you that everything I'm talking about is not opinionated. It is nature's law. Straight, objective things that we need to understand. If I win, I create rules to sustain my winning and to keep you in your losing. So if you are following rules, you are in poverty. Because the rules are only put there to keep you in your poverty mindset, to keep you in your poverty place. But watch it. I can't let all of you lose all the time. So I'll let a few of you in so it looks like I'm fair. Yeah. If you didn't want to be woke, you gave the wrong place, okay? But you know the system is broken when I always have you losing. But if I let a few of you get a master's, I almost made this a different kind of keynote. If I let a few of you, get in, I almost made a different kind of keynote.
Come on.
If I let a few of you get in, then you say, oh, life. If you be careful, corporations will always pay you just enough not to revolt, but never enough to be rich.
They'll keep you right there.
They give you just enough not to start a revolution,
Yep. Yep.
but never give you enough to supplant them. So please understand this here. This life, this world as you know it, you're trapped in the matrix, whether you like the movie or not. It is the truth. It's not going anywhere. Here's what you need to understand. It benefits three elements. Write these three elements down, please. Governments, corporations, and the filthy rich.
Uh-oh. Sound like
That's it.
Dr. Claude right now.
That's it.
Come on now.
Governments, corporations, and the filthy rich. Okay, just tune in on the feed so you don't crash while you're watching this live. Don't crash.
Be safe.
She's going to get her hat done.
Friday.
So when she come back, she's going to be even better than good looking than what she is right now. Corporations, governments, filthy rich people. I'll prove it. Don't worry about it. Here we go. If we have an oil spill, we're on an island right now. Gulf of Mexico, sitting there. If a major company that I won't name because you won't sponsor me. You're going to sponsor me real soon, so I won't name you. If a company gets a massive oil spill right now, who pays for that cleanup?
We do.
Exactly.
The government?
Not the who pays the government?
We do.
We
So
don't-
who does it always come back to?
Us.
Us.
Period. It's not changing. It's not changing. And they'll get a tax break because the rules are written by the winners.
The rules.
Okay, they are rules. They are rules. If you don't know what a rule is, I invite you to read Code of the Extraordinary. Excuse me. Code of the Extraordinary Mind by Vishen Lakhiani. Great book. Rules mean BS rules.
Yeah.
You know what BS stands for, don't you? Am I still in the
rules,
regular
yeah.
world? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
rules.
All right. So that's what it's benefiting. So let's go back to this orange tree. Listen, hey, here's this orange tree. It's naturally in abundance. Here's what we do as winners to abundance. Okay? Oh, you know what? First off, you need a permit to get to this tree.
You need the government to tell you.
As a matter of fact, too many people getting permits. Let's control the flow
Who get the permit?
of who getting permits. Uh-oh. Too many people not looking like what I like them to look like.
Yeah. They got dressed.
It's getting permits. So let's just control the flow of the flow. Am I describing your world to you? Does that make sense? All right, now that you got it, all right, this is what you do. Now that you got a permit, you qualify for this orange. This one here, just this one. But it's all these, don't worry about all them oranges. This is the orange you get. What about my family? Split that orange. I'm so not lying. This is right. It is an illustration, but I am not lying. You split this orange. I got family of 6. Split it 6 ways. Does that make sense?
Make it work.
So when we take something, we don't give it abundance. We put rules on it and create the illusion of lack. There is no lack. And the moment you keep thinking lack is the moment you fall in those rules. And if you fall in those rules, you automatically put yourself on the road to poverty. And you can't have riches on the road to poverty. It's not that you're a bad person. It's just that you're on the wrong road. It's not that you don't understand. You're just on the wrong road. You're on the road that is meant to keep you poor. So you can never be in prosperity. So write these 3 down. There are 3 different ways. Write these 3 things down. There are 3 different ways to make money. 3 different ways. I don't have fancy names for them. I just call them level 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Level 1, trade time for money. Very important. Trade time for money. I am now going over to you the exact laws of how to make money. Trade time for money. Everybody got it? Trade time for money. Trade time for money. That means get a job. They tell you what you make. You're going to do this on this time. Here's your check. Does that make sense? All right. Level 2 is you invest money. You have money. Become your soldiers that recruit other soldiers. Or you let your money get pregnant and have babies. However you want to say it. It's the same thing. All right? It's the same thing. Your money recruits more money.
Right.
Does that make sense? Level 3, multiple streams of income. Now, let's start with level 3. Everybody on level 3 who has multiple streams of income always also do what is level 2 and never do what is in level 1. Okay, what's level 3?
Multiple streams of income.
What's level 2?
Invest.
What's level 1?
Trade time for money.
People on level 3 will die before they go trade time for money.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I would lose everything, be talked about, become a public embarrassment, and be under a bridge before I ever go get a job. I just never do it. I just can't. I can't do it. Now, if you're starting off college, you need to get you a high-paying job as fast as possible so you can pay your way into level 2, invest your way into level 3. Make sense? I'm not saying jobs are bad. I'm just saying jobs will never create you wealth. You have to create wealth with the income from that job. Now, that's the vehicles of making money. Here are the only 2 methods of making money, which I will cover here shortly in great detail and give them to you now. You either collect money or you sell what you know. That is it. Those are the only 2 things. You can't do anything else. It is not happening. That is the way it works. You can collect money as easy as you collect stamps. You can collect money as easy as you collect baseball cards. If you have a service that has a $9.99 membership, you're not making money. You're just creating a product, and every month you just collect money. In real estate, that is literally collecting money. Here's the funny thing about real estate. You flip the tables. People go to a job they can't stand, for a boss they hate, with people they can't stand, in a car they can't stand. And they put on clothes they can't afford to get in a car they're still paying for, in a house they're going to die paying for, just to cut you a check. And you do nothing. So I just described to you the rat race and the person leveraging the rat race. So if you're in an apartment, that is happening to you right now. It's okay if you can control that. Make sense? That's collecting money. Selling what you know is specified knowledge. General knowledge would never let you be rich. Specified knowledge will. So if you're great at selling, you should sell that. If you're great at isometric stuff, you should sell that. Does that make sense? All that, I don't understand what you do, but I don't get that. I can't sell that. He can. Does that make sense? You sell what you know. Right. All right. So, law number 1 in money, the law of abundance. All of that was for me to disarm you to receive this objective information. What does objective mean? That means it is the truth, whether you like it or not. Does everyone believe in gravity? Mm-hmm. If I was to introduce to you the law of gravity right now, would you think it's new?
No.
It's just something that's always been around. You're now being educated on it. I'm introducing to you the laws of money. They've always been around. You're now being educated on it. This is not new. Right. Nothing I'm going to say for the next 4 hours is new. It's already been here. I'm introducing it to you. If you climb on top of this hotel building and you jump off, if you are Christian, will you fall? Yeah. Muslim, will you fall? So it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Wherever you are, you're gonna fall. You just gonna fall. It's just but what if I'm rich? You gonna fall. I've got privilege. You gonna fall. A law is gonna take over on you no matter what. Does that make sense? No matter what, a law is going to take over. Remind me on the next one. I forgot to put on the microphone. But yeah, but that's okay. This is actually pretty good, so it's okay. All right. Now, the law will take hold of you. So the law of abundance says if you understand abundance, it must find you. If you stop believing in lack, and you start believing in abundance, abundance must find you. How many of you are really waiting for abundance to knock down its doors to you? And listen, in some cases, you literally wanted abundance, and that's all you thought about. You were just like the leopard. You had to eat or you were going to starve. And you said, you know what? If it don't get done, it just sounds like it did, but I'm putting all my eggs in this one basket. It's going to happen. And guess what? It happened. And it didn't happen the way you thought it was going to happen, but it knocked down the doors just for you to get it. You've all had those moments, right? Because in that moment, you believed in abundance and nothing else. You needed it so bad that you couldn't think about the option of not getting it. So it showed up. When you believe in lack, it shows up. Lisa Nichols says in the movie The Secret, and I love that she says this, she says, think about how you look at your mailbox. If you go into your mailbox expecting a bill, your subconscious manifests the bill. It's not saying the bills wouldn't come in, but it can't let you be crazy because then the universe will stop being the way it works. So when you expect a bill, guess what you get? A bill. Do yourself a favor, expect a check. Okay, does that make sense? Now, every day. Now watch this here. Look. You understand? Now I'm glad you did that. She said, I'll go home every day and check my mailbox. Now watch this here. Every day I get dropped off, Deanna's back there, and I've got her condition. When you drop me off, what do? Do you drop me off at my driveway? Tell us what you do. Say it loud enough. Come on, camera. Come on, camera. Do it. Come on, y'all clap for her. Y'all clap for her. She camera ready today. Come on.
So when I drop off my boss man, I pull in and I stop at the mailbox and I wait. And he goes and checks his mailbox. And then he either gets back in the car, he says, go ahead and pull up, and I pull up. And sometimes I stop and he kind of sits there. I'm like, you gonna check your mailbox for your check? He's like, oh yeah. And so he gets out and checks his mailbox. And
now tell him the dollar amount on my check.
$30,000.
All right, come on, clap for that. Every day I get home, I check my mailbox for a $30,000 check.
Amen.
Know where it's coming from. I don't even think I've generated it. I don't even know.
Don't matter.
But I fully expect.
It's already done.
So that means somebody, I'm going to do a $30,000 speaking
Come on
engagement
now.
or this, whatever. That's not my responsibility.
At 120.
How it happens has nothing to do with me. Does that make sense? Absolutely nothing to do with me. I just know there shall be a check for $30,000. And until it gets there, I'm going to keep on looking.
Come on now.
Now, how many? Yes, come on. You put your hands together for that, right? To the point now, I've conditioned her to do the same. So she is looking at me expect, and it has to be changing her own personal life because I'm fully expecting this $30,000 check. But you cannot expect something, write this down, that you think you don't deserve.
Absolutely.
Say that again.
You cannot expect something that you think you do not deserve. I just feel like I deserve
Power of the thought.
a $30,000 check for no reason at all.
That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't, listen, please understand this much. I didn't say, give me this $30,000 check because I worked hard. No, that's not what I said.
I deserve.
I just expect a $30,000 check to show up in my mailbox. Period. Just without reason. Because I just feel like I'm worth mailbox money. That's just me. That's me, just me personally. I just feel like I'm worth anonymous mailbox money. Does that make sense? How many of you feel the same way? That you, all right, I'm worth $30,000. I'm believing in $60,000. Let me write this down. And I'm not mad at you. I can't. And right now, in my level of awareness, to expect a $30,000 check is very, very believable for me. $31,000 may get out of my belief range. But I can believe, realistically, for $30,000 for no reason at all. And that's why it's at that number. It's just an arbitrary number that I can believe in without my dominant thoughts kicking in and telling me, that's not going to happen. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So be careful what you believe. And because the funny thing about money, and Jim Rohn says this, I'll say it in a different way, but money is real funny. If you don't grow out to it, it'll dwindle down to you.
Uh-oh.
So if you get $1 million, you better quickly become a millionaire.
Yeah.
Grow out to it. Because if you don't, that money will dwindle down to whatever you think you deserve. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Whatever you think you deserve, that $1 million will eventually find its way to your worth.
That was deep.
Not part of this presentation, but I'll give it to you anyway. It's called the law of compensation. You would never get out of life a penny more than what you deserve. And this is a hard one to accept, because whatever you have right now, that's exactly what you deserve. You can tell the quality of a neighborhood just by driving by. But in the quality, you can also tell the energy output of that neighborhood. So if you're driving by a very affluent, astute neighborhood, you can expect that the people in that neighborhood serve lots of people. Whether it be brain surgeons, whatever it may be, or stockbrokers, they serve lots of people. As the neighborhood dwindles down in what we call abundance, that's how many people that neighborhood serve. Does that make sense? So if your neighborhood is run down, you're not serving anybody but your boss. So you only get serving my boss type blessings. Does that make sense? If you want to make $1 billion, you better go out there and serve 1 billion people. That's just the way it works. You need to create something that does that. So the law of abundance is very important. Understand that money can come your way. Law number 2, inside of this money, wealth type thing. It is the law of exchange. Right? These are universal laws. I'm not joking. Law of exchange. What does that mean? That means everything that you have in your bank account right now, you had to exchange a service for it.
Yep.
That means that money cannot be created. It must be exchanged as a service. The only people who are creating money work in the mint or they're counterfeiting it. You can't make money. You have to output energy to get it. You have to exchange a service to get it. Ask yourself, think about your dollar amount and ask yourself, what is my energy output? Because if you be real with yourself, it's your dollar output. Your energy output is also your dollar output.
Okay.
If you lack money, whether you want to admit it or not, besides the fact that you think that's what you deserve at this state point, if you lack money, here's the ultimate truth behind that. You stopped serving people. That is the way it works. People are the only way to get money. It is the law of exchange. That is it. Unless you want, if there's another way to make money, you can go counterfeit it, and you can do that. Then there's risk for that. Or be in a mint and make it, but that money's not for you. The only way to make money is to exchange a service for it. The higher the service, the higher the dollar amount. The more people you serve, the more the dollar amount. The less you serve, the less dollar amount. Now, let's reverse that whole thing on the other end of the spectrum so it can hit you where it hurts. Now, look at your dollar amount and understand that's how many people you serve. That's just the way it works. It's not personal. If you want more money, serve more people. Law number 3, the law of capital. Something I love to say, money's the new oxygen. Let me tell you something, kings and queens. Let me holler at you just for a second. Let me tell you about this oxygen we call money. You need to start charging people. I thought I had some more claps coming right there.
With no discount.
I thought I had some. Let me tell you why you don't charge people. Because you're saying secretly, but I really want you to like me.
Ooh.
Now think about this for a second. Just think about this for a second. If I didn't like you, would you stop breathing? So if money's the new oxygen, why is you suffocating yourself for people who are not your customer to like you? I'm trying to make this make some sense. Y'all running around here suffocating right now because you want people to like you. Let me tell you something. You've already given stuff away for free by providing your product. When you went in your room and had this idea and you hammered it down till it came into fruition, and then you made it happen, and then you made it happen again, and before people ever saw it, when you did all that, good stuff, right? All that good stuff, you literally sat down. Oh, thank you. You sat down and you did all that for free. So why are you not charging people?
Come on now.
The free work happened in your prayer closet or whatever you want to call it.
Charge the full price too.
So you already did them a favor by creating your product. Somebody should receive
So
that.
I give
right
them a
there.
discount.
That's all right. You know, friends don't ask for discounts.
Come on, Reverend, say that again.
Friends do not ask for discounts. I'm serious. Friends don't ask
Come on, man.
Friends do
Open
not
the door.
ask for discounts. Hey man, in fact, King back there. Book. Hey man, you ain't gotta buy the book, man. I got some. Nah, man, I won't buy the book. I had no choice in the matter.
Yeah.
He slipped me $20
So you can buy the book.
before you can buy the book. I think he overpaid for the book. He bought 2 of them.
Come on now.
So he tipped me $6 extra. Right? Come on, clap for people who are tipped $6 extra. Friends don't ask for discounts. It's okay to give them, but then there's always a barter and trade when that happens. Does that make sense? You use my energy, I use your energy, etc., etc. But friends do not ask for discounts. If you have people in your life that always ask for discounts, get those people out your life.
They not your friend.
Yes.
Them is your
Get
enemies.
those people out your life as fast as possible.
They try to see
They're
you
not
with
your
power.
friends.
Yeah.
They're not there. You got a conference coming up soon. I'm buying tickets.
With no discount.
I just spoke. In fact, I have to leave here. I have to leave here and go keynote for some kids. And the lady never ever asked me to buy a ticket. And when she sealed the deal, I still spent $25 and bought a ticket. Because it doesn't matter where my money's coming from. What you're not going to do is make me plant a bad seed.
Come on now.
Because see, I can't control you, but I can control my harvest. And there's 2 ways to control your harvest. Write this down. Watch what you plant and watch who planting in it.
Come on now. Say the second one again.
Yes.
Watch what you plant and watch who is planting in it. So the law of capital is very simple. The law of capital is super simple. You are getting paid for what you provide. And you need money.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Stop letting religion tell you to be broke.
Uh-oh.
Stop letting your parents tell you to be broke. You can't be broke and prosperous.
Can't be saved and poor.
There's no such thing as a poor righteous teacher. Those 2 words are oxymoronic. You can't be poor and righteous. To be righteous is to be overflowing. To have money is to also have great healthy relationships. You can't be full of money and have friction in all your relationships. And you can't have great relationships but be poor. It's not the way it works. Prosperity is a wholeness thing. Your health
And your wealth.
and your wealth, they're actually the same thing. Health and wealth, actually, health is wealth. Wealth is just a byproduct of health. It's straight up. That's just the way it is. I may be a big guy, but I can still run 2 miles flat in 7.5 minutes. Healthy. It's just the way it is. And so that's what we have to, not 7.5 minutes, 7.5 minute miles. That's what I meant to say. Okay. I just thought about it. I just thought about it myself. I went, wait a minute. No.
Fast, bro.
7.5. No, that's too fast. That's Olympic. No, that's not even. Boy, he wouldn't even run. Wait, well, I guess he could. I guess he could pull off a mile, but no, 7.5 minute miles. Excuse me, I'm tripping. Look, if they do that, somebody drafted me to the Olympics as fast as possible.
Real
I'm
quick.
doing that. Man, 7 minutes. What is that?
You talking
3.5 minute miles.
It's like you run.
Yeah, that's
You ain't gotta say another word, so you just run.
No. That's too fast. So understand this law of capital. You need capital. You need
Run.
capital. You need capital.
Yeah.
You need capital. You need capital. Am I beating that dead horse?
Yeah.
You need capital. But I don't have no money. That's all right. Let me tell you how to be creatively capitalized. You got trees in your yard?
I'll cut them down for you.
You find you a lumber company. You don't like them trees anyway. They ain't doing nothing but bringing spiders and roaches into your house.
Call me.
Hey, how much for these trees? That is about $10,000 of wood to me. I'll give you 7 for it. I'll take it. $7,000 of money you just sitting on. All of you right now, they're teaching later on in this seminar, all of you have $5,000 of junk in your closet you can sell on eBay. So these ladies are going to get up here and tell you how to make $25,000 on online shipping stores. Come on, give these ladies a hand. They're going to give you that blueprint. Seriously. They're going to teach you how to make $25,000 from the junk in your closet. We've done it. And they're going to give it to you for free. They're going to give it to you. They're not going to hold. Yes. They're not going to hold anything back. Now, the law, fourth one, the law of time perspective. Law of time perspective. What does that mean? Law of time perspective says this here. That if you have a good perspective about time, you'll also have a good amount of money. If you try to do all this as fast as possible, you'll get demotivated. Anybody ever felt that before? Mm-hmm. If you go on the stock market trying to beat people whose computers are connected to the floor trading computer, that fraction of a second is always going to cost you money. If you try to compete with day traders, you're always going to lose. But if you ride the long-term market, you'll win every time. Every time. Every time. Every market has a boom and a bust, or a boom and a bull. Every single time. If you ride the real estate market, you're going to go down, it's going to go back up. Time perspective. You need to have a good perspective of time. One great book, you call it religion, one great book says that the race is not given to the swift. You can't always be in here to sprint.
Yeah.
If you want to run 8 miles, you can't sprint that thing.
Pace yourself.
You can't. If you get out there and try to run 2 miles in a 3.5 minute pace, if you want to, you're going to stop at way before a quarter mile. You're going to burn out. Does that make sense? And here's what's crazy. Here's what's crazy about this understanding of this. And I know people are like, yeah, that makes sense, but you don't do it. It took you 37 years to get in your financial problems, and you won't out in 37 minutes. It's just not rational. It's not. I like practicality. I am the most practical person I know. I'm never romantic about anything. If seminars stop working, I'll stop doing them. If public speaking stops working, I'll stop doing it. Whatever's working, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to redefine how it works. If internet stops working, nobody likes it no more, I won't be on the internet. Y'all will still be on there. There's this guy. His name was Elijah. And he was sitting by this brook that dried up. And in this brook that dried up, most people would have just been sipping teaspoons of water, waiting, because the brook was there for 3 years. It's in overflow. And he was getting fed meat by mouth with some birds and stuff. He was getting all that good stuff. And then the brook dried up. And when the brook dried up, he left and got more than what he had because he left what was blessing him. Stop being romantic about things. If it dries up, move on. Right? Stop keeping ideas in your repertoire, in your store, in your business that no longer work because you like them. Your customers don't. You find this very prevalent in religious establishments. They're still doing methods that worked 3 generations ago. And they wonder why their places are declining.
So we don't want to hear them songs no more.
Well, it's like the old dirty couch. Yes, the couch is beautiful. Yes, your grandmother sat on it. Yes, your mother sat on it. Yes, your baby threw up there. But we only see stains. You see memories. How many of you are doing your businesses that way? How many of you are operating off of outdated models? Because this is what you know. If it's not working, change it. But you can only do that when you have a good perspective of time. Time changes and so should you. And sometimes things take time. And you can't rush a harvest. Let me tell you something about harvest. When you put that seed into the ground,
You can't control when it
you
comes.
can't control when it comes up.
That's right.
And here's what's even crazy about that. When it finally does come up, write this down, very important. I had to get over this one myself. All your harvests don't come at the same time.
Come on now. I don't know if it ain't grown yet.
So when you start saying things like, man, I thought this was going to work, but this is all I have. If you wait a little bit, the rest of the oranges will bloom.
Just give it time.
Now let me tell you something about abundance. Let me tell you how abundance is supposed to work. Has anyone ever eaten every orange that fell off an orange tree? Yeah, that's the way abundance works. Abundance works is you get all you want, and then you have to share it. It was meant to be shared. You must do it. If not, you'll be in violation of these laws, which I'll go back to in a little bit. Law number 5, the law of saving. Whew. Write this one down, the law of saving. It says when you start saving money, money will start finding you so you can save more of it. Most of you don't have money because you haven't saved.
Yep.
Here's how most people save money. Think of it as a pie. Okay, think of it as a pie. In fact, it's about to be Thanksgiving time. Who's going to have to join Harold Jackson's Heavenly Bodies gym to run off them pounds you're going to get? That's okay. All right. Okay. Now, think about it as a pie. This is how most of you save money. This is the wrong way. You have this pie, it's 100%. You take a big slice of it for your rent. You take a big slice of it for your car. But of course, we know another slice is coming for the car insurance. I wish I had somebody. You understand? Okay. Okay, you understand. And with the house, now you got to take another slice for all the utilities in the house. But then, baby, like the internet, you got to take another slice for the internet. You understand? Then you got them credit cards. You understand? You got to take another slice for that. Then after that, you say, we need gas money. Another slice for that. And then, as a common sense creature, you go, I'm not going to spend all my money and I do something for me. And you go get at least a cheeseburger, hopefully not a cheeseburger, but you get something that says, this is for me. Not a big purchase, but you say, I'm at least get my pack of cigarettes. You understand? I'm trying to hit everybody. I'm trying to hit everybody. I know everybody don't smoke, but we right on this section, right over her, we got some smokers. All right. Or some wine. Okay.
If I give you the turkey,
you say, look, I'm gonna get at least $10.99 for this bottle of wine. I'm gonna do that much. You understand? Then after you do all that, you finally say, let me save.
Oh, no. I got 35 cents left. Let me say.
Exactly.
35 cents.
So here's what you do.
I'm putting it in a piggy bank.
Yeah. Here's what you do. By that time, you know how we put the little pie in the silver tray.
Yeah.
By that time, you're looking at the pie. You got this little sliver left of these crumbs, and you trying to save.
I'm gonna say this to later.
And just looking at the slice of pie disgusts you. Most of you feel that way about saving. Every single time that you try to save, you get disgusted by it. You say, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go to the bank and put $2 in there. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to disrespect myself like that. Am I lying? Am I lying? I mean, I do this for a living, so I'm just trying to. You understand? I'm just not going to do that. I got a check for one of my books for $9. The book came out 3 years ago, and I've since published the book, so now I own the entire thing. But I'm still getting paid from the original publisher. And a couple of months ago, it was like an $800 check, which is crazy. The book is 3 years ago. Yesterday, it was a $9.73 check for whatever quarter of month, however they paid me. I didn't even look at it. It was the greatest check of my life. Let me just say, I looked at the check, and I said, $9.73. I wouldn't even expect that coming. Step 1. Then I looked at the check and I said, $9.73. They got me messed up. Shut up, you. Step 2. Okay, you understand. You're only going to have that balance. You understand what I'm saying, right? That's step 2. Then I said, well, I can't tell you the word I said, but I will. I'm going to cash this check. You understand. You can put whatever word that went right there. And I pulled out my little phone and I took a picture of it, and I wrote my bank account number on the back, and I signed it, and it is off in digital world being deposited right now as we speak. Please know, all $9.73 belong to me. Does that make sense? But when you save your money that way, you look at that $9. I ain't finna cash this check. How many of you done that before?
I'm putting it in a frame.
Not finna disrespect me with this here. And that's so. Here's how you need to save: 10% first. How dare Capital One be worth more than you? I'm not saying don't pay your bills. I'm saying when you pay yourself first, not only are you being a good steward of what gardening and farming is, not only will you attract the law that says I'll give you more to save, but then you'll teach yourself not to eat all the kids of your harvest. Does that make sense? Now, when you save 10% first, you teach yourself to live off 90%. Make sense? Now, here's the way I prefer you to spend your money. Everybody write this down. 10, 10, 10, 70. That's how I prefer you to spend your money. 10, 10, 10, 70. That's 10% of your income to some charity or church. That's up to you. 10% of your income to yourself. 10% of your income to your debt. Stop right there. Let's talk about it. Stop cleaning up your debt. Putting yourself being broke and your credit's already messed up. I'm giving you sound financial advice. Let me just tell you, you ain't got to like it. I'm just telling you, you got to keep your word. You got to pay. But, hey, listen, 10% is what I have. This is where you're going to get this money. Yeah, I am. Well, I understand, but this is where you're going to get this money. Do it enough, they're going to get paid off in full. Then you'll be their friend again. Does that make sense? If it don't make sense, George S. Clason wrote a book called Richest Man in Babylon. I got it from that very book. Okay, makes sense? All right. Now, 70% goes to your expenses. That means live off of 70% of what you earn. Not 110% like most people. Most people live off 110% of what they earn. That's why they always 10% broke. And they literally have a great way for you to do this. They let you borrow. So it don't feel like you broke. And then you start saying crazy things like, well, I'm going to refinance. For what? You already broke. You only think about lowering your monthly payments, but you just extended that another 3-4 years in interest. You buy a $17,000 car, you pay $31,000 for it. That's not sane ever. This is why you need to watch how you spend your money. Does it make sense? Okay. Number 6. The law of conservation. Okay? Let me do a little quick time check. We're doing pretty good. All right. So, the law of conservation. Who wants to guess what the law of conservation? Anybody heard that? Who knows what conservation means?
To be conservative is to hold on to it.
Interesting. Okay. Good.
There's a law behind that.
Yes. It means it ain't about what you make, it's about what you keep. Make sense? It's not about what you make, it's what you keep. That means you make all the money. How many of you, just like me, make lots of money? Yeah. And then you understand. I spent my whole military career full of money. I ain't got nothing to show for it.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't got nothing to show for it.
Making guap.
All thing I got to show for it is a skill set that I can't really use when I get into trouble. Does that make sense? If you don't know what story, I was counterintelligence for the army, so you don't really want me to use my skill set. Now I can sell it, but that'll put me on a path that I don't really want to go down. Does that make sense? Law of conservation. That means what you do is you get your money and you save it. But don't just save it. Let me teach you how to save your money and give you some things that you can use and some tools that you can use to do so. Okay? This is about 8:54. Is that about the time it is? That's good? I looked at it. Okay, good. That's why I looked at my phone. Great. Now, saving money will never get you rich. I know that kicks at your sensibilities. It's not that world no more. It's not. This is not your grandmother's world. Inflation didn't eat up your grandmother's savings. It's eating up yours. If you have $1 in your pocket right now, you don't have $1. You don't. Inflation took care of that. It's a wrap. You don't have $1. Got something like 96 cents. And that's being nice. You don't have $1. But then, since you live in a capitalistic governmental country, whatever your state tax is, you can snatch that out that $1 too. That's when you make it. Then we charge you when you spend it too. You do understand you get taxes twice. When you make it and when you spend it. Then you take this dollar really down to about 75 cents. That's fair. And if you put your bills in there, you take this down to about 15 cents, depending on how you spend it. But I know it sounds funny. I know you think about that, but don't it really feel that way at the end of the month? As soon as you get that money, it's already accounted for. And we got to get out of that. So here's how you get out of that. Here's how you get out of getting your money and get it accounted for. Start investing. There's a couple of great ways to invest. But let's talk about the market first. Let's talk about the stock market first. The stock market goes up about 7% annually. That's pretty good. That's so if you're getting 7% annually, that's pretty good. If you're in a deal that makes 100% return on investment, watch it. That's not realistic return. It's possible. If you invest in some good startup or something like that. There's many different ways to do that. But if you're with your friends and they say, man, listen, man, we're going to get this, and then we're going to give me 100 and I'm going to give you back 10,000. Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is we talking to Escobar? What's going on here? You understand? You have to watch unrealistic expectations and unrealistic returns. So while investing, stay away from unrealistic returns. Stay away from trying to make your money back the same day. Play the long-term game. Be rational, even in your business. Humanize your businesses so you can play the long-term games. Don't just let your brand be a brand. Let your brand create emotional responses that are positive. So when people think about your brand, they feel good. Here's a free tip. If they like you, they'll follow you. If they trust you, they'll buy from you. So in saving or investing, you want to put your investment in some sort of vehicle. There's a couple of vehicles. Real estate is one vehicle, great vehicle, super great vehicle. If you want to know about real estate, maybe I picked it up in part 2, but it is a great vehicle. Stock market is a vehicle. Real estate is a great vehicle because you can actually put insurance on your money. It's called house insurance. You burn down a $200,000 house, you get you a $200,000 check. Less expenses. That's like money insurance. That's great. You lose $200,000 in the stock market, let's throw you a keg party because you feel really bad. Do you understand? There's no insurance on that one. Sorry. This is the way it works. Okay. Now, here's a couple of apps you can use. Before you start investing, start tracking your money. Acorns.
Yes.
Acorns. Well, let's I mentioned Acorns by accident. So let's go. Acorns, Betterment. These are great investing apps.
Yes, it is.
I am giving you the conservative of the conservative. Okay, that means these have low interest fees, low interest rates, low fees to transact your money, and they're low risk. So I'm giving you the conservative of the low risk as not to get sued by your lawyer. Okay, Acorns, Betterment, Stash. I've never heard of Stash.
Oh, Stash is awesome.
Okay, you said Stash is awesome. So write down Stash. I personally use Acorn, Betterment, Vanguard. I personally use these 3. Vanguard is, Acorns will let you invest your spare change. Betterment will invest you can start being a stock investor at $10. You want to buy whole shares, you buy fractional shares. That's okay. You're starting. You're also learning how to save 10%. Make sense? If the market is incredibly high and everybody's excited about it, and don't put your money in the market. Put it in the savings. Let it crash. It's about to crash. And then, I'm not talking about the general market about to crash. I'm saying if you buy a share that's $1,000 a share, let's not do that one right now. You understand? Just let it drop to 600. So when you buy it for 600 and it goes to 1,000, you just made $400. Buy low, sell high. That's the way it works. Real estate. I'm sorry. Let me back before I get to real estate. What's the name of the app that I let you all have to track your money? Mint. That's what I was trying to say. Mint. They're both green. So Mint is black and green, and Acorn's all green. MINT. Before you invest your money, track your money. If you don't know where your money is going, your money will always flee from you. Mint will also, every 60 days, give you a free credit score. Every 60 days, Mint will give you your free credit score. Mint, remember how your grandmother used to get the ledger, the little green book with the little lines? You understand? She did that, or she had to double check books. You understand the duplicate check. Yeah, you understand. She balancing her checkbook. Mint does all this for you digitally. As you sync your cards, as you sync your debit cards and credit cards, whatever, or all that, it lets you on online bill pay too. It'll categorize it for you. It notices, yes, you need Mint as fast as possible. It says, you bought food, and it'll put it in the food category for you. Then it will budget your food. And Mint is wonderful. This is free. I don't make money for that. I'm not giving you like, hey, everybody go to mint.com/Antonio T. I don't have that. I'm not making money for this. I wish. As many people out there referring to Mint, I need to do it, seriously. But no, they do it to me all the time. I go, get me some wine. I do. Don't judge me. I go, get me some wine. And then what happens is, I don't know, I'm tired of that. Give me another bottle. That's no problem. Mint has no problem with that. I give me that third. Mint say, wait a minute.
You're doing too much. Going over
your liquor expense.
It's all it is.
It's over the limit now.
I need that.
It literally.
You want your finance.
I need some.
That's it. Mint will literally tell you, wait a minute. But then it also lets you raise it up a little bit. I had to raise my little wine budget up just a little bit. You understand. I'm just blaming on my pounds. I got more water in me. Biological joke. But yeah, Mint will literally track all your finances. So when you go to the movies, when you go to Redbox, it files those in movies for you. When you go out to the movies, and it'll tell you your behaviors. And it will let you know your spending, and it get to red, you'll be like, hey, I shouldn't do that no more. And you'll stop doing that. And you'll also see how much you spend on fast food, and you'll stop doing that. You should be eating fast food anyway. I digress. I get off that soapbox. But I'm sorry.
Talk about yourself, sir.
Sorry.
Worry about yourself.
I'm sorry. I know.
Nuts.
I want all my calories in abundance. You just said the law of abundance. Give me my calories in abundance.
Let my weight be abundantly thick.
Well, okay, look, he tired of being skinny.
Yes.
He's been trying. He just gained 10 pounds. He think he more his chestnut now.
Yes.
That's all right.
That's
all right. That's all right. His wife liked it, so that's good. That's all that didn't matter. Okay. Mint is a great tool for you to have all your stuff tracked. Because if you can track it, anything you can account for, you can control. The moment you account for something, you also can control it. If you account for something and you do nothing about it, you're controlling it. You're keeping yourself in poverty. Make sense? All right, so those are some good tools that you can use. Now, that is, let's see if we can do this in order. Law of abundance, law of exchange, law of capital, law of time perspective, law of saving, law of conservation, and I'm going to save the next ones. All right, did that work for you? Was that helpful? Yes. All right, come on, let's put our hands together. Let's come back and play some music. Yes, we'll bring our host back up, and I'm not really going nowhere. Just give you a mental break to get some stuff done. Yeah.
So how are you guys? How did you like the first hour of all of that knowledge and yeah. I don't working on that one. There we go. So guys, we have another Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr. is going to come up again, give us some more. He'll be back in like 1 minute. He's going to come back up, give us some more information. So come on, how y'all liking this information so far? Let us know, give us some feedback. What do you think?
There's a lot of laws.
Well, as he has told us many a times in our mentoring sessions, laws are universal. You know, we have the laws that we create, but then we have those laws like the laws of gravity. They're universal. You can't change it. If I jump off a roof, I'm going to hit the ground. If you jump off a roof, you're going to hit the ground. If a dog jumps off the roof, they're going to hit the ground. Gravity, you know, so these laws definitely everybody has their own pace of learning. It took me a second, you know, but I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it now. But using these laws have allowed me to retire at the age of 32. So August 31st, 2016 was my last day. So definitely absorb this information, utilize it, put it into your everyday practices, and definitely, if you have questions, reach out and ask. You know, he's always available. If you just shoot him a message on Facebook, you know, information is also available on theatsjr.com or AntonioTSmithJr.com. Definitely reach out, ask questions. So, if you guys are ready, we're going to bring Mr. Antonio T. Smith up, T. Smith Jr. up for one more, for another session.
I got a lawyer for the case to keep us in my safe place. My dogs couldn't televise. I look like Tom Cruise on Vanilla Sky. It was televised. In an accident like Geico. We thought I was burned up like Pepsi did Michael. I'm straight out of center. Cause the kind of got me unbreakable.
Check, mic check. 1, 2. All right. So you'll be able to hear me in greater audio now and there. And then, oh, that's pretty intelligent. That's, you know what? You all right.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah. It's true. That's true. Okay. All right, that works. Yeah, that's pretty intelligent. All right, so did that help y'all? All right, so what was supposed to happen is there was supposed to be something right after that. And then it's going to go, and then right after that, and then it's going to go. But then, you know, I'm going to get out of here by 12. But I will be back. And Tempest is going to close us out very well. Yes. So we've mixed some motivation and some tear-jerking motivation inside of the seminar as well. So yeah, definitely. So everybody get your snacks. Did you get snacks? Did you have enough? Okay, well, all y'all healthy, and you, in fact, I think everybody over there, except for Paul, maybe. Y'all eat meat? You eat meat? You eat clean meat, though. Okay, yeah, they work out every commercial break. Him and his wife, every commercial. Okay, baby, commercial, we got to work out. You know, they don't miss nothing. I want to shout them out again, though, because they have sponsored our event. They are fan. Come on, y'all clap for them, please. Did we drop the information for Harold's? Did we drop the information there? Did you drop his information? All right, we're going to drop the information right now. Not right now, but, you know, right now, immediately, something like that. We're going to drop the information, his page and stuff like that. I'm going to drop it there for you guys to get there. If you're not in the area, don't worry about it. It's not a commercial, but I like putting people on. So if you're not in the area, don't worry about it. He's editing information right now, workouts for you to be anywhere in the world, and you work out with him. Hey, come on up camera real quick. Come on up camera. Yeah. It's my conference. I can do what I want. Yeah. Go on, let them see how sexy you are. Go on, talk to them for a little bit.
How's everybody doing? I'm Harold Jackson. I'm a family bodies in Lamar.
Yeah.
Something that everybody can do. A lot of people tell me you can't exercise, you can get out of the state or the out of the country. We're working on having the workouts come to you.
Wow.
I don't want anybody to have an excuse to not exercise. We want something that everyone can do, make it simple, make it easy, make it fun.
Awesome.
That's it. No, keep talking. No, you keep talking. I just realized that the mic's here now.
So I've been doing for over 35 years. I love teaching fitness. I love seeing people healthy. I always believe your health is your wealth. I always ask you, what can you do without your body? Without your body, you can't do anything. Everywhere you go, you need your body. Your mind is still a part of your body. So that's what we teach. You know, we work on mind, body, and spirit. The entire thing. Just from the inside out. Most things that happen internally manifest externally. I see a lot of my clients who suffer from different diseases because of what we're eating. Eating is destroying us, you know. And most people know what to do, but the discipline to do it. So when I tell them you know better, do better. Knowledge is potential power. It only becomes. You can have all the information in the world, but if you don't activate or utilize it, then it's no good. So it's all about you. You deserve the best. Love you guys.
All right. He will be sponsoring all of our events. So one more time. Well, him and his wife. Excuse me. Him and his wife. Hand me my drink, if you don't mind. This is my meal for the entire day. Right here. Yes. Strawberry banana. Y'all don't mind. I'm gonna eat on camera. It's very unprofessional. But you like me, it's okay. All right, there we go. So free tip. You want a free tip? Free tip. It's a free tip. Very important. Free tip. Just a free tip. Because I totally just nailed that first hour.
Yeah.
I really did. But don't freaking be perfect. People don't like perfection. Everybody here business owners, they don't like perfection. So I had to drink on camera as to bring myself back down so I could be heard again. Remember that. I promise you that is the truth. I promise you that is the truth. People can't stand perfection. They don't like it. That's fair.
Yeah.
Who likes perfect people? What you hiding? All right, you understand what I'm saying. Girl, he too nice. All right, so we're going to do part 2 of the laws of money. Part 3 and 4 will be the laws of creating wealth. Kind of hand in hand, but they're two different things. It's one thing to have money, it's another thing to have wealth. And I'm going to give you more tips inside the laws so you can help. I want you to literally go home and be awesome and be happy and actually have a whole lot of information. Make sense? All right, so I want to talk to you first about Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law, just the way you think it's spelled. P-A-R-Kinson. Yeah. Parkinson's law. Okay. Parkinson's law. So I'm gonna do this one differently. I had an intro the first time. Now I'm gonna give you the law and then give you the intro on purpose. Parkinson's law states that as you go up in income, your expenses go up with you. Right? As you go up in income, your expenses go up with you. We have to stop doing that. Can I get some claps for yeah? We got to stop doing that. This is too much. This is too much. We have to stop doing that. We have to stop doing that. Remember when you? Now this is my intro now. Remember when you were 16 years old and you were having your money and you had a whole lot, didn't you? It wasn't just because money was different then, and you could, well, like 16. When I was 16, you couldn't take $1 and get high in the candy store. But when I was 8 and 7, you can totally take $1 and get 15 Sour Powers, 10 Lemon Heads, 13 Jolly Ranchers. You understand?
And 4 crybabies.
4 crybabies, and what's them chips that? No, the pork rinds, and some pork rinds for grandmother. You understand? That's real talk. I literally described, what my girl. Go and give me some pork rinds and keep the change. And I knew it was going down when she told me that. Keep the change meant I was going to get high off candy today. We were right to the corner store. But I want to tell you something, though. The reason I brought that up to you is because in the second part of this law of money, I want to show you what happens. Let me paint the picture for you. Back in those days, I visited my grandmother. And it was right around the time when the Michael Jackson biopic came on. Y'all remember that? When He dominated TV for like 3. Do you even remember TV in one room? Is that okay? The TV on top of the TV with the foil, with the plies, click, click, click. All right, okay. I'm talking about those days in the hanger, and the hanger that you had to sit this way. But if you move, somehow your body was conducting the reception. You were okay. All right. So those days. In those days, does that make sense? In those days, Michael Jackson had the movie come on when they showed about him burning his hair, and him falling in love with the rat and stuff. Okay, Jackson Moonwalker, I love that movie. But when it came on cable TV, around those times when Whoopi Goldberg was Sister Mary Frances. Okay, you understand. All right. Around those times, was that her name, Mary Frances? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sister Mary Clarence. There it is, Mary Clarence. Sister Mary Clarence. Right around those times when Sister Mary Clarence was on TV, you understand. Okay, all right. Right around those times, I begin to realize something that I shouldn't have realized. I begin to realize that I would take my grandmother's money and spend it to someone who didn't look like my grandmother. And I was real young, but I've always been practical. I've always been able to process information. There's nothing wrong with that, but I would always hear my grandmother say, "Your reward is in heaven." And I thought about that for a second. It would take years, late 20s, for me to process this entire conversation and realize my grandmother was wrong. No disrespect, my grandmother's passed now. She actually did adopt me when I was 14. But I realized she had a flawed way of thinking. And I saw as I got older and started learning more about history, because in our public school systems, you don't learn world history. You learn American history as, don't make it another seminar, okay. You learn an abbreviated version of American history. I could do that one without, okay, I can do that one, okay. You get that one, okay. And I realized that her thought process was not only coming from the church, which no problem, no disrespect to anybody, but it was also coming from slavery. Because in slavery, their reward literally was in heaven. That's it. I mean, they couldn't wait to die. You ever seen the movie Denzel Washington, Glory? He's a great example of I'm going to be what I have to be until I'm out of here. Can they still hear me? Okay, good. I'm going to be what I got to be until I'm out of here, whatever, because it don't matter what's down here. Okay. I'm afraid that you're doing the same thing and you don't realize it. I'm afraid that you think your reward is in heaven. I'm not saying it's not in heaven, right? Because she's getting it. I'm not saying it's not in heaven. I'm not saying heaven doesn't exist. That's an argument I don't even want to have. I'm just simply saying you can have some stuff now. Because processing information, I realized the person I was giving my grandmother's money to, his heaven was taking my grandmother's money. Does that make sense? So, I mean, we're a block away. The ideology was, no, heaven, you can't get it now. But a block away, he was absorbing heaven. And so I want to teach you how to get out of that. I want to teach you with this next part how to get out of thinking you can't have stuff right now. This is uber important for us to get this. That you can have things now, not later, now. That all of you should be making at least $1,000 a day. Now. That yes. Now, and I'm going to give that to you, and I'm going to pull out my phone in a little bit, and I'm going to tell you how you're going to do it, and I'm going to have you write it. In fact, let's not wait. Let me do that for you now. Let me give this to you, and I was actually with you when I discovered this, and I made some changes to it. Does anybody want to make $3 million? Would you like that plan? I'm going to give you my plan. This is what I want to do. I want to make this personal. I want to give you my plan for how I'm going to make $3 million in the next 363 days, because I've got some days off now. Make sense? Okay, here we go. I'll give it to you right now. So I'm pulling out my phone. and I shall give unto thee my plan. Sell it. In fact, hold on. I'm gonna do this even. Well, this got my information on it. I don't wanna. I was gonna copy and paste it. If I copy and paste this, yeah, well, I don't want to give you my blueprint. I want to give you the blueprint for the plan. I don't want to tell you how I'm going to do it with the specific products I got listed. You understand? I'm trying to work this out. So let me just give it to you. You just write this down. That's what we're going to do. I feel better that way. Okay? Sell $200. Sell $200 to 15,000 people.
I can copy and paste because what I have is not.
So is it the Plant Better University and all that stuff? It's not that? All right, copy and paste that so the people online can have it. And I'll read it and you all can write it down, but we'll get it to your various inboxes. If you have everybody's inboxes here, you can send it to them as well. If everybody, you should be friends with everybody here. So sell $200 product to 15,000 people. Has everybody ever thought about that? Does that sound hard? That's the 1 million. Okay, I got 3. I want 3 million. 1 million. I just thought 1 million was too little for me.
It only becomes hard when you don't really know the product that you're selling.
I'm going to address that. Okay, did you hear what it only gets hard when you don't know the product that we're going, and I'm going to address that. That is why I'm doing this here, and that's why I wanted a financial seminar that actually worked. Does that make sense? I'm going to address that question because that is actually not the problem. But everybody, who else had that issue? As soon as I said that, who said, well, what product I got for $200? Everybody, 100% of you. I'm going to fix that for you, okay? Second one is $500 to 6,000 people. $500 to 6,000 people. $1,000 to 3,000 people. $2,000 to 1,500 people. $4,000 to 750 people. I'll repeat it. 200 to 15,000. 500 to 6,000. 1,000 to 3,000. 2,000 to 1,500. 4,000 to 750. Everybody got that? That's just one-time transactions. I'll break this down after we talk about it. Okay? I mean, after I list it off for you. Or you can take a different route. Now that first route is, I got this built, what's the not cohesively. Is this test comprehensively? I had to go back to my college days. This exam comprehensive, that means from start to beginning, all of it. Okay, so my 4 parts is completely comprehensive. So that first part is selling what you know. Remember I told you, I gave you 3 different ways to make money? Right. And that's level 1, level 2, level 3. What was level 1? Trade time for money. All right, what was level 2? Invest money. Level 3. Okay, memorize that, because if you don't know, well, I'm gonna bring that up too. Remind me to bring up pictures in the mind. Remind that pictures in the mind. Pictures in the mind. Okay, remind me to do that. Now, that's selling what you know. This is just collecting money. Okay, this is just collecting money. Here we go. 5,000 people pay $51 a month for 12 months. 5,000 people paying you $51. A little easy to do that one, right? Yeah. $51 a month. 5,000 people paying you $51 a month. Okay, 2,810 people paying you $89 a month. This is my numbers, my math. On purpose I'm tailored to my business, but I'm giving away what I am currently doing. I give away more free product than anybody I know, that's for sure. 2,500 people paying you $99 a month. Now, nobody in here thought that was too hard. Not 51, 89, 99. Okay, I could do that. Now you're going to do something else on the other end. How I reach 5,000 people. We're going to talk about that too. Okay? Here's another one. This is also collecting money, but less energy. 2,000 people paying you $126 a month. 1,000 people paying you $249 a month. I'm going too fast? Okay. Let me back up. Did we get the $5,051 a month? Did we get all that? Okay, good. So 2,000 people paying you $126 a month. And all this is for 12 months. It should be understood. For 12 months. 1,000 people paying you $249 a month. 500 people paying you $471 a month. 250 people paying, I'm going to repeat it, 250 people paying you $999 a month. Let me repeat. 2,000 at $126 a month. 1,000 at $249 a month. 500 at $471 a month. 250 at $999 a month. Did everybody get that? I'm going to center the rest of my talk around you understanding this, and I'm going to give you the laws to get this done, and I'm going to give you tips to get this done. This is a blueprint for $3 million. Now, would you mind being blessed? Okay, follow this next step. I want you to create that whole last thing duplicated, the 2,000, 1,000, 500, 250, the very last thing. I want you to create another section for it. Same thing, same numbers. This time, I want you to create a corporate, because everybody here was thinking about your customers. Now I want you to go after corporate. Same thing. This time go after corporate training and corporations. Does that make sense? And in this one, you can do it. I'm going to break it down how you can do it. I'm going to tell you how you can do it each step of the way, and I'm going to have you scream out to me so we can have audience interaction for our online viewers. Make sense? Okay? Now, so you got that last section twice. Therefore, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You should have 16. Is it 16? Is it 16 different things? Mm-hmm. Right? Yep. Okay, 16. Now, if you didn't catch it, each one of those is $3 million. Mm-hmm. So 16 times 3 should still be 48. Am I about right? Am I? Is 16 times 3 still 48?
Okay.
Somebody do 16 times 3.
We need great.
Still 48. I just want to make sure, they could have changed math on us. No, I like math. I'm very good at math. I did that math in my head because math is another universal language. Please notice in this seminar, I have yet to give you my personal opinion. I've given you nothing but practical laws. Math is a law. Math is also a language. So if you do what I say, you have a blueprint for $48 million. Right? Have you ever had a blueprint for $48 million like that? Okay, this is my gift showing up. I am one of those extremely practical people. If you know anything about the Myers-Briggs personality test, look this up for me. I'm the architect. I think it's INJT or something. I'm the architect. It's like INJT. Someone get it for me. I'm the architect. It says I'm 8%, 0.08. So I'm not even 1% of the population. So you see my gift showing up, and I'm going to give this gift to you. What is it? Is it INTJ? What is it? Is it IN? Okay, so Myers-Briggs tests me as INTJ. I'm the architect. I see the entire world as a chessboard. So when I wanted $3 million, I saw the entire $3 million as a chessboard. Does that make sense? And I'm getting ready to talk about a chessboard in a little bit. In about 40 minutes, we'll be talking about a chessboard in golf. And somehow I'm going to make it entertaining. Does that make sense? All right. You got a blueprint for $48 million now.
That's worth the price of admission alone. I've never gone to a seminar and got a blueprint like that. Never. All I get is some emotional stirring. And listen, to meet this guy, come back here and sell and such, and you get this package for $1,500. Who knows what I'm talking about? All right. Okay. Giving it to you. I'm giving it to you. This is my personal plan. This is my personal plan in which I've done myself. You can have it online. You can have it here. This is my absolute personal plan. Now, when I was coming up with it, I did this 48 million part by accident. I was just coming up with different ways to get to 3 million. And then it dawned on me halfway through, wait a minute, I'm going to do all these. And I kept going until I couldn't think of nothing else. I stopped at 16 different ways. I didn't have 17 in me. At this point of my awareness, all I had was $48 million in my mind. I don't have 49 million, but I got 48. I'm going after all of them. I promise you that. Now, let's talk about how to get there. Remember, the first law I brought up to you is the Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law says that your income goes up, your expenses go up. Before we talk about what I just did, let's talk about law. What I did, was it 5 the first time? This is part 2. What did I get y'all in the first one? 6? So I can do it myself. See, I actually have, this is my entire seminar. All 4 of these papers in really bitty little letters. I took the liberty to memorize it for you. Okay? So I can do this, be interactive, entertaining, and actually know what I'm talking about. Fair enough? Okay. Okay, guys, we could. Oh, sorry. Okay, we could clear eyes. You said we want to do that. Okay, all right. Okay. But that's the whole thing. Yeah, you say you leave it, huh? Or hey, death by PowerPoint ensues now. It's too much. First off, you're too hungry, and that's too bored. You can't be hungry and bored. Sit down, man. Just sit down. Just you understand, okay? So that's 7. So the 8th law of money is the law of 3. It's the law of 3. The law of 3 says savings, insurance, income. Savings, insurance, income. No point in you having income with no insurance. Hurricane come through here and take everything away. It's done it before. It'll do it again. The only reason I got this smart now is because Hurricane Ike in 2008 made me what I am today. I lost everything, and I said, you know what, I don't know how that happened. I can't do it again. And ever since then, I went on a pursuit to already take what I knew. I had the income, but I didn't have the awareness to keep it. How many feel that way? You got the income without the awareness to keep it. That's what we're doing right now. So I had the income, but yeah, definitely. Definitely. But the awareness to keep it was something completely different. And so losing, I've told you, winning never taught me anything. Losing has taught me everything. Everything. Now, I'll give you those 2 laws, which is 7 and 8. Parkinson's law, law of 3. Yes. Oh, you know what? I forgot to say that. We can have an open Q&A the whole time I'm talking. I forgot to say that at the beginning. The picture, remind me when I get to when I do 2 more laws. 2 more laws. Okay. The picture in the mind. He's going to remind me when I do 2 more laws. So let's talk about how to get to what we got. What was the first thing I gave you as far as the blueprint, $3 million, which is now you know $48 million. Okay, sell 200 to 15,000 people. And she said, which all of you agree, how I have this, what do I got to sell $200? All right, let me bless you. You don't need to understand that. How is not your responsibility. What you need to do is you need to sit. At the very beginning of the seminar, I said, I sit down at my desk every day and I say, somebody owe me $8,300. I ain't generated that every day. I don't think I've generated it yet as far as a day is concerned. But every time I tackle the problem, something clicks in my brain and I get frustrated, but my subconscious continues to work on the problem. It's going to be one of the laws I'm going to talk about in a little bit that's going to fully answer your question, and then we'll double back full circle. But you don't have to worry about how. You just need to know that if you can see it, you can get it. So everybody in here now and everybody listening, you literally have $48 million. The only way you don't have it is if you talk yourself out of it. We're going to cover that too right before I get to that law that we're talking about over here. You have a blueprint for $48 million. The only way that you don't get that is if you think you don't deserve it. That's the only way. Because if a man think it, he can achieve it. Period, point blank, that's not changing. Before you ever left a job, you left it in your mind first. If you put your mind on that $48 million, your body must follow. That's physics. Before you walk out of that door, your mind has to walk out of it first. Before you push it open, you will see in your mind your hand push it open. Some of y'all know which hand you're going to push it over with. Since I'm predominantly left-handed, I'm going to push it open with my left hand. Look at the door. Which hand you going to push it open with? Right. Got right over there. It's happening in your mind first. So your body must do it. That's no different. The universe can't tell the difference between $48 million and 48 million cents. No difference. It's all energy. It's the same proton. Everything in this world is a proton. It's just one proton, and it exists in a continuous wave form. It's called superposition. Write that down. Go look it up. Superposition. Superposition. Everything in this reality exists in a wave form. Superposition of uncertainty until you observe what you want. The wave doesn't collapse into a particle until you observe. That means you are always consciously creating your reality. Whether you like it or not, that is quantum physics. You don't get to disagree with it. Or metaphysics, the same. It just depends on how you want to look at it, because I'm actually doing both at the same time. You don't get to disagree with this. Everything exists in a wave. When we walk out of here, according to physics, every table and chair in this room exists all over the place at the same time. When we come in, since we remembered it here, it will collapse here. Every dollar amount right now is yours. You deserve it. You can have it. It is yours. But you only collapse on what you think you deserve. It is an infinite wave particle. I'll prove it to you right now. Right now, America is $19 trillion in debt. According to the way we do money, you can't have debt without a dollar. So if it's $19 trillion in debt, there's also $19 trillion in circulation. And you can't get $20? It's $19 trillion in the country you live in, and you stressing over $20. You deserve what you have, and that's your problem. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm going to give it to you the way it is. You deserve your problem, not by your worth, by what you think your worth is. I can't put your worth on you. Only you can collapse on the value of worth that you have. Nobody else. Your spouse can't give you your worth. I almost went too far. I'm struggling not to make this a whole nother keynote, because we talk about money, and I got a bunch of my folk up in here. I want to say some stuff the way I really want to say it, but because we have different problems. We have cultured problems where people have put a standard on us, and we've bought into that standard. And I'm trying to make sure I keep that for a different keynote. We talk about money right now. Okay. You are collapsing the particle, the wave particle. It's in the wavy. I'm serious. This is superposition. Look it up. We know this. This is why they have the question: if a tree falls in the forest, does it actually fall? Because if you're not there, it doesn't exist. Because until your mind creates that forest and the reality and the tree and the grass and the bugs, that forest, that tree, that grass, that bug, they do not exist. Period. I'll prove it to you with pure science. And I do it with my leadership team all the time. I'll do it with you now. Your mother bought a car. You never saw the car before until she drove it into your consciousness. When she drove that car into your consciousness, you start seeing that car everywhere. Anybody ever did that before? You never see the car, but now you see that car. Woo, is that my mama? That's not her. That's not her. Because she got that. Her license plate started off at 645. That's not that. How many of you identify cars that way with the first three? You understand. Okay, but you never saw the car. But here's the deal. It's not that the moment she bought the car, that the car started existing. That's not the way it works. It always existed. But since it was not in your awareness, since you didn't have a form for it, you couldn't see it with your eyes. So your brain filtered out all the unnecessary information to you. It did. There's a spot in the back of our brain right here under that filters out information. I'll prove it to you in another way. What does this room smell like? Now that I brought it to your consciousness, you can now smell the room again. Do you see it? It filtered. He said success. The room smells like I said. Your brain has filtered out the smell of this room because your brain said we don't need that to pay attention. Let's only pay attention to what we need to pay attention to. Your brain is processing somewhere like 2 million subconscious, 2 billion bytes per second, while your consciousness is processing something like 200,000 bytes per second. It can't hold everything. So your subconscious filters out and says, listen, just pay attention to this. So everything is in a waveform until you observe it. I apologize, but most of you observe poverty. That's it. That's it. You observe poverty. So you get poverty because you keep observing it. And when you observe poverty, you feel a certain way. And when you feel a certain way, you think about what you just felt about. And when you think about it, you create it again. And you keep yourself in this never-ending loop of what you don't want, because the truth is, it's all you think you need. It's all you think you can get. And every man, every woman on planet Earth has exactly what they know they want, whether they want to admit that or not. That's the truth. I'll put $48 million in front of you. You're going to hear that through the level of your auto-suggestion in your conscious. And I put it in your conscious, and now it's going to filter to your subconscious. And your subconscious says, nah, we're not going to do that. And it's not going to let you do it. Period. I'm still going to give you the blueprint, but it's not going to let you do it. So create a $200 product as fast as possible. It's going to take me too long. It ain't never too long if you get it. Does that make sense? It took me 3 years, and you're going to celebrate. Because let me tell you what happens when you win the Super Bowl or the NBA championship. All them hard days was worth it. When you lose, it ain't worth it. Winning makes everything worth it. Does that make sense? If you win it all, it was worth it. Every argument, every spouse argument, every broken leg, every hurt thigh, every lifted weight, all the tour trip, the peanuts on the airplane, it was all worth it. Lose, shoot, and some other words you got that you ain't learned in Sunday school. You understand what I'm saying? Because winning makes it all worth it. So $200, you create a product for $200. Here's how, and when we get to the wealth, I'm going to give you how to create that product. But I'll give you the law, but I'll give it to you now. You need to start following people who have $200 products.
Come on now. Associate yourself.
Okay? That's what you need to do. If you don't know how to do it, follow someone that has $200 products. Does that make sense? That's just what you have to do. It's not personal. It's just what you have to do. Follow someone that makes $200 products. With every product there, do the same thing. I don't know nobody. Let me take a page out of Gary Vee book. It's this crazy tool that nobody knows about. I'll spell it for you. Google. Google. So if you don't know it, you get to Google. I can assure you, it's that anybody doing something great in my field, I have their pages in my bookmark. I don't watch my competition. I don't have time for that. I don't compete with nobody. But I emulate people in my field. I make my own. I do it my own way. Oh, you got a product you selling for $20,000. Wait a minute. My conference costs $50. You got $80,000 tickets. What I need to do?
Raise the price.
So now Well, you can't raise the price without raising the quality. But it's almost never about price. It's always about conversation. And so I have conferences now that's $1,500 a ticket. I'm working on one now that's $10,000 a ticket. And you're going to pay me. Because I'm only going to attract the people who are going to pay it. Anybody else who said, nah, you think you all that, they're not my customer. Please write this down. Stop worrying about people who are not your customer.
Ooh, Reverend, you're speaking a word now.
Stop worrying about people who are not your customer. Stop chasing people who are not your customer. Everybody won't like you. Something I like to say all the time. You could be the biggest, perfect, most ripest peach on planet Earth. There will always be someone who don't like peaches. Stop worrying about people who are not your customer. So for the residual income, you create a product that has that worth, and you go get those people. Next logical question: how do I get those people? That brings me to the next section. The next section, what was the first thing in that section? Second section. The one that the sell what you know. It wasn't about residual. It was, oh no, I'm sorry. This was about residual here. The second section was residual. No, the section, the money down there. I memorized this. I didn't memorize my thing. Yeah, 500. Which one?
500 to 6,000.
Okay, $500 to 6,000 people. Okay, so that's okay. You see, that's kind of residual. First, that's kind of residual. Okay, now you no. That wasn't right. Hold on.
For the 5,000 people to 51.
For yes, that's what I was looking for. 5,000 people to $51 a month. That's residual. That's residual income. $51 a month. Now it's easy to create a $51 product. Now you have a different problem. How I go get 5,000 people? So when I answer this question, I also answer it for that first section. Facebook is the new internet. Not just Facebook, but Facebook's the new internet. Y'all are doing Facebook wrong.
Better make them dollars.
Let me tell you how strong Facebook is. And you have to. Facebook's so strong. I just didn't buy the Zoom and all the packages I should have did to have the online people follow me. I just started a secret group on Facebook and said they can't share it outside if they tried to. They can share, but ain't nobody gonna be able to see it because I got the restrictions on it. So save me money. Hotel, I'm spending money to be here. Give me some Wi-Fi. Boom, I just saved money. I can stream as many people I want to. 15,000 people in that secret group. It's fine. Make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. Now, watch this here. Facebook is so much of the new internet that you no longer go to your trusted news sources to get news. You don't do that no more. You trust your timeline. I prove it to you. If it's a mass shooting right now, that happens, and unfortunately that totally happens, and you get a notification, whether it be a text message or some news app, you are not going to go to that news app to see what's going on. You're going to check your timeline.
Yep. See what they talk about.
Tell me if I'm lying. You're going to check your timeline. You're going to say, hold on. Think about what CNN told you it was a mass shooting. And you don't trust CNN. You trust your friends on your timeline. Do you know how powerful that is? That's incredible. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible that you trust non-professionals to give you the news. yeah. And it's not wrong because you trust your people not to lie to you. You understand what I'm saying? And so this is how you get it. You just simply start purchasing ads on Facebook. There's a way to do it. I have a conference, $1,500 for that upsell. No, just joking. Although I do, though. It was a kitten upsell, but I'll go, if you think I'm serious, inbox me. We'll talk about it. Okay. But you just create a plan, not for the product, but for the marketing. That's the answer to the question. You create a plan that pushes you to 5,000 people. And then so on and so on as the numbers go up. Make sense? Or actually they're going to go down. Numbers go down. Focus on the reach or focus on how you're going to serve 5,000 people. Would you like a way to serve 5,000 people? Okay, let's make up a product right now. To keep this, I'm going to have you make me up a $51 product. Pick who wants to volunteer. Okay, you volunteered. There you go. She volunteered. So, yes. There she is. Would you like to get on camera? If you get on camera, I'll let you advertise your business. Yes. Yes. Come on, get on camera. Come on, it is. There she is. Come on, there she is. Come on, get on camera. I'm going to stand next to you. You don't have to rush, but the microphone's right here. I'm going to stand next to you. You ain't got to be taller than me, though, man. You're making me look bad. All right, come on, let's talk. Can y'all see it? Is she on camera good? Well? Okay, good. I don't know. What you sell?
I don't sell anything.
You don't sell anything? She's so lying. Okay. Okay. All right, well, you stay here and I'm going to talk about you. You do that. Okay, you stay here, I'm going to talk about you. So this is what she does. Not only does she have her own clothing line, she has her own personal development company. Let's clap for that. Yes. Yes. So she's here learning and taking notes, surely, because that's what I would be doing if I was you. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. That's exactly what I would be doing. Exactly what I would be doing. And there's something else I'm missing. Company that personal. No, I think those are the only two things that you got, like this banking cash over cash. Yeah. Oh, and she does hair too. She has a gift for her hands. Okay, there's a gift for her hands. She does hair. Yes, there's hair. So if your daughter need her hair done, just come on by here. $25 and up is the name of her shop. That's not the name of the shop. I'm just trying to set a price point for you. Know that don't come at her with $10. That's it. Does that make sense? All right. That's it. Okay. All right. Yes. Now, so give me. We want to do clothing or we want to do personal development. Personal development. All right. She has a conference. When is the conference?
January 27th.
All right, and it's at the Nestle Center in Texas City, Texas. Rashida has a conference with Tempest. Tempest is one. Yes. She has a conference. It's $12 a ticket. You can find her online or something. Queen Rashida. Is that the name?
Rashida the Queen.
Rashida the Queen. There it is. Rashida Queen, or inbox me, we'll give it to you. Now look, this is gonna be so they're gonna have your business on there forever. There you go. See what I did? See, look at that. We gotta stick together, don't we? All right, there we go. Now, personal development. Okay, give me something. We got residual now. We gotta think residual. Give me a class that you can have for $51.
This is on discussion, so we can.
Yeah, we're making it up. She y'all can't hear. She say, yeah. She said we all in this together. No, to help because we're actually gonna develop a product for her right now.
The power of retraining your mind.
Okay, so we have one like that. Power of retraining the mind. Is that something you do well? What do you do very well in personal development?
The mental makeup.
Okay, so that would be retraining the mind. But mental makeup, as in like your worth. Okay, so you make up your worth. I like that because you can make up your worth. That is a law, not a financial law, but you can make up your worth. It is, I forget the name of the law right now, but you can make up your worth. I actually wrote about it in the book I got coming up, but you can make up your worth, you know. Hey, I am in the business of selfish, shameless plugs, okay?
Actually restoring the mental makeup.
Okay, restoring. So what are we restoring? And I got you next. What are we restoring?
On the inside.
On the inside. So you're rebuilding people from the inside up. So you're a construction worker, except for you don't build buildings, you build people. Women. Okay, so you build.
From young owner.
But you're a construction. But you see what I just did there? See, if you're not unique, people won't remember you.
Right.
Hey, what do? I'm a construction worker. I build women.
Ooh.
All right, you get it? All right, you had it. You remember that, right? Okay, good. Right, so now we have a $51 product. Before we get to you, let's see. He had something to say. Go ahead.
No, I'm going to steal this one from Mrs. Nichols. I would love to do a conference on taking try out your vocabulary.
Okay, so we're going to do both of y'all. So this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. Yes, that's all right. Look, and he was... Okay. He was just saying that. Now, he's a Les Brown speaker, trainer, certified coach, and give him some love. Yes. Now, we're going to do the next level. What's the product after that? What's the product after $51? What's
That one is, we said 2018, people for 89?
89? We're going to create you an $89 product. You don't mind. Okay. Now, here we go. So we'll do both of them. Y'all ready? All right, so $51 product about making up. So we're going to call it something like
Reconstruction of Women.
the Reconstruction of Women.
The Reconstruction.
Woo! There it is, right? The Reconstruction of Women. This you do your own building.
Come on, Reverend.
Come on now. You understand? Okay. Yes. Yes. There you is. You're going to make Eve over. She got it. You get it? You get it? She gets it? All right. Good. Now, so there's her course. Now you're just going to go step by step of building your course. Does this make sense? Now, watch this here. We're going to build your course. Who wants to see us build our course? Come on, right? We're going to build your course. Let's build your course. Since this is something you're already expertise at, we're going to build a course right now. I come to you, I'm a broken woman. What's the first thing that you know to tell me?
What I know to tell you is to love yourself.
Okay, so lesson 1, love yourself. It's your class. Yeah. It's your class. I'm not building. So look, by the time people say, no, you built the class. I'm just pulling it out of you. It's your class. Okay, now, of course, you tell me I need to love myself. I reject that. Now what you tell me?
Well, what do you love the most?
Okay, so lesson number 2, overcoming rejection. And in there, talk about what do you love the most. What you got?
I got, tell the woman to forgive herself.
Oh, okay. All right. So where in your lesson of me will you tell me to forgive myself? Because this is definitely early, that's for sure.
Confrontation.
Conversation? Confrontation.
You have to confront it first.
Okay. So move towards confrontation. That's lesson 3 or lesson 2, whatever way you want to put it, wherever you want to put it at. Move towards confrontation. See, notice that sometimes I add words. I don't add words by accident. I add words to invoke an emotional response. Right. So when I say move towards, it means you don't get to be still.
Right, and remain stagnant with it.
There you go. Okay, there you go. So that's in that class. So now that you told me to love myself, I rejected. You told me, okay, pick something I like. I picked something. And then that start to work on me. Now you tell me, now listen, that's not enough. You got to confront the conversations with the same people you think you don't need to have. You need to have these conversations. You need to start with yourself as well. Okay? That's all part of forgiving yourself. Now that I did that, forgave myself, what I need to do next?
You start observing the people around you.
Woo! That's a good one. Come on, clap for that one. That's right. Because everybody around you shouldn't be trusted no more. Because they let you be in depression. Does that make sense? Yeah, you can get, while we're doing this, you can get help. They let you be in depression. So observe the people around you. Okay, good. Now that I've observed the people around me and I said, Queen Rashida, there's some people around me I need to let go. You tell me? All right, then take action. Let them go. There it is. That's the next lesson. So you will now teach me how to let them go. So now, because I don't just observe, now you got to teach me in the next lesson how to let them go. Okay. So make decisions to let them go. Is that the same lesson?
Yes.
Okay, same lesson. Now I let them go, but there's this one. How many of you know we got that one? Come on now, be real. We got that one. You understand? All right, there's this one. His name, Family. That's his name. Family. I love him so much.
That's a big category.
Family loved me so much. He hit me, but I love him though.
He has so much potential.
I'm trying to be real now. I'm trying to be real, right? Now that I can't let this one thing go, what you tell me?
Sacrifice.
Okay. Sacrifice. Anything you've ever loved in your life, you've sacrificed. Hear me in this place. You don't love anything you haven't sacrificed it or for.
That's right.
If you love it, you'll sacrifice it. That's the truth. That is the truth. If you love what you do, you'll stay in that building. You'll stay in that place with no money, no anything, because you know if you just stay, it'll pick back up. Your business is your baby, and how dare you starve your baby? All right, so I sacrificed. Okay, I let him go. What you tell me next?
Rebuild.
Okay, rebuild. That's, you can keep it just like that. Rebuild, okay? Okay, I'm rebuilding. It's a process. I'm rebuilding, and it's not happening fast enough. That's good. That came from the crowd. What you tell me now?
I'm going to tell you to be patient.
Okay, be patient with who?
Well, for one, your harvest.
Okay. So that sounds like two different lessons. All right. That sounds like two different lessons. So be patient with the harvest and then be patient with yourself. That's two. Write both of those down. That's your course. Because it ain't enough to tell me to be patient. Those are two different stages of life.
I'm sorry, but that's more than $51.
Okay. All right. There you go. See, there you go. There you go right there. Now, so we got to be patient with yourself. Harvest, be patient with yourself. Now, what else we got? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Let me put you back into the thing. So, I took your advice. I'm being patient. So what happens now? I followed all that. What logically happens with me?
You have to put into perspective all the things that you've done. So now that you've run the course, you got to put it into perspective.
Okay, what do you mean by put it into
You
perspective?
got to put it into motion.
Okay.
So you sacrificed, you observed the people around you, made the decisions already. You have to once you're rebuilding, you have to work on your rebuilding. So if you had any weaknesses that come from that, you make those stronger until the harvest starts to produce itself.
That's good. Okay, so sum that up. Let's call it move forward with everything you know, or something like that.
Well, we got to move towards.
We got to move towards.
But what I mean is, like rebranding? Well, kind of rebranding, but at the same time, what it is like while you were sacrificing, and making decisions and cutting everything off, and while you're waiting on your harvest, you work on the things that are right then and there that weren't moving fast enough. Those are the things you work on so that you can actually, it's like
Growth.
Yeah, but like, when they're
Keep going.
actually making the harvest and they're cropping throughout the season, there's plenty of things that
Cultivate.
they're doing while the season is going on.
Okay. So you actually so don't remain stagnant.
Don't remain stagnant. You got to still fertilize. You still have to still.
Okay, tend the field. That's what you're talking about. All right. Okay, so write something similar to that down. Whatever's going to jog your memory there. You can till the field, personal development. Yeah, work on you.
Right.
Okay, so you know what? I call that, it's not just me. Work on you in the gaps. Here's what that means. This is for everybody now. You doing this, you planted this good seed as a harvest. But the gap is where the opposing forces begin to attack you.
And that determines if you're patient enough. That determines all of the outcomes.
Good. Okay, so work on you in the gap. It's probably what you're talking about there, something like that. Good. Let's clap for her real quick. We're not done yet. But you can tell she was born to do that because isn't she loud now? Yeah. All right. We put her right at her gift and she was like, listen, she moving her hands, she's talking loud, she's ready, she got fire. You got fire in you, don't you? Because you're supposed to be doing that. That's good. Okay, so now that I start working on me in the gaps, what happens with me next? I'm still a woman. What's next? It's your course.
You start living life.
Okay. Live your life. No, you should write that down.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you why you should write that down. How many of you, male or female, are not living your life? Come on, be fair. Be fair. You living the life for your son, for your daughter. You're living the life for your mom. Because if you're not careful, you'll as we get older, parents start dying, kids start going off to college, and everybody has need of us, and we forget to need ourselves. I'm telling you. And then, so what happens when you in a relationship and you forget to need yourself?
You lose yourself.
And when you lose yourself, you're no longer the person that they fell in love with. And now they thinking it's their fault. And now that energy you pushing off, I just don't, not now. And it's always not now. And now they feel unworthy. And now they send that right back to you. And now you going through divorces unnecessarily, just not because y'all had something wrong. This is why you get divorced, but you still love each other. Because you still love each other, you just forgot to need yourself.
That's right.
Does that make sense? Okay, so good job there. Now, so I'm living my life. That's almost the end. Is there anything after that?
You have to love your life as well. You can live it, but you have to love it.
Okay, love your life, celebrate your life. That's all the same thing, right? Clap for her. That's your last part. Write it down. So how many lessons do we have there now? 12. She has a 12-step program that sounds a lot more than $51 a month to me, doesn't it? We just built your product. Clap for her. Did that work?
It worked.
All right, now put the camera on him. Put the camera on him. Let's go. That's it. No, we build the courses. Yeah, nah, y'all been paid money. You need a course. You need a course. Let's see if we can control this live feed. Push that live feed over there on him and let them see him too. Yeah, that's right. He'll do it. He's not gonna let you let this man be a man. He's not gonna let you do that. There he is. Well, no, just turn the whole tripod. Yeah, turn the whole tripod. There you go.
Oh, you doing the whole camera?
There you go. Turn the whole camera. Turn the whole camera. Zooming in on them. Zooming in so they can hear me, but they can see you now. Okay. Okay. You said what? Oh, okay, I'm live. I can't zoom. He's right. Okay. That'll be good. We ready? All right. We're building your course. Now let's tell us. First off, let's clap in celebration of the victory that just happened in this place for her. She didn't know, neither did I know that she would have a course be built for her. Amen. I didn't build it. And so let me say this. I'll step over here for the camera. But let me say this here. Let me say this here so we can understand this here very understandably, so to speak. Everything you need is already in you.
Amen. You got all the tools you need.
Everything you need for this $48 million is already in you.
Amen.
Don't be afraid to get around people that can pull it out of you. You want me to stay over here? Oh, you like it over here? All right, cameraman say he likes me over here. Okay. So, okay, then, well, then here we go. All right, what we got? They want me to stay here.
All right.
Is this good? Am I looking good? You got my Wesley Snipes side?
Got you.
All right, good. The Denzel. Okay, good.
All right. And I'll be Shamar Moore. All right.
All right, all right, there he is. Let's clap for Shamar Moore. There he is. All right. Okay, so what's the name of your... Or you ain't got to get a name, but just give me the name and we'll make a name. Oh, no. Take try out of your vocabulary. That's what you said.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Take try out of your vocabulary. Okay. Right. Now, so here's what we get. So I went with me with her, but now we got to go to you. Because you said it with such passion. Mm-hmm. You sound like you understood. That's what you're in the process of doing right now. Yeah. So now you got to tell me, how did try get in your vocabulary?
Try became into my vocabulary because of the fear of success due to the motivation of procrastination.
Okay. So yeah. Hey. So wait a minute. Because you look. You gave your way. Wait a minute. Because you gave yourself two courses and 2 classes, all in the same thing. All right. So let's do. I want you to write these things down in order. Okay. I want you to write down handling fear.
That's that vibe, right?
Yeah. It's powerful, ain't it? Yeah, buddy. Oh, they highly aware. So yeah. Okay. Handling fear. Dealing with procrastination. Finding motivation.
I would say the power of procrastination.
Finding motivation.
Mm-hmm. Finding motivation. Now, and then you said power of procrastination. Mm-hmm. Now let's not say power. Destruction of procrastination.
Because it breaks it down.
Yeah, I don't want to empower procrastination at all. I don't want to give procrastination no power. As a matter of fact, while I'm here, let me just go ahead and say this here. If you are religious, let me just hit you in the stomach real quick. I do apologize. I like religion, so to speak. I like God. I like some churches. Okay, let me just tell you that right now. So I'm going to get in trouble for this. But stop giving the devil so much power. You talk about him too much. Stop. If you talk about debt, I don't care how much you try to get money, you're going to get debt. If you keep talking about the devil, I don't care how much you talk about God believing him, you're going to get the devil. Does that make sense? Where your energy goes, that thing will grow. All right. So we don't want to give power to procrastination at all. Now, that's not your course. Those are lessons in your course, but they're not necessarily in order. So we got to go back to you. But you said so much. That one little sentence. Now, ask you the question again because you never really did answer. You answered it, but you didn't answer it. Where did try come from in your vocabulary?
It came from the lack of just wanting to do something, having a tool, but just not doing it.
Okay. Did you ever have examples of that?
Example of that is...
No. Did someone teach you to do that?
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's a learned behavior.
Okay. That's what. Okay. So you understand. All right. So lesson number 1: identify your learned behaviors. There you go.
I teach my students trying is lying.
Trying is lying. There you go. Now you got your stuff in order. So that's lesson 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and 5. You get it? And that's in the order you said it. There you go. That's 2. And then we got 3, 4, and 5. So just for audience sake, so we can repeat it, he's got identify your learned behaviors, and then handling fear, dealing with procrastination, dealing with
what is it? I forgot what it was.
The destruction of
The destruction of.
That's the distraction. Yes.
Okay. And then finding motivation,
and
destructive procrastination. Now, we ain't even dealt with trying. We just identified it and the side effects of it. We haven't touched the cause. Does that make sense? You've identified where it came from. You're dealing with the side effects. Oh, these are peripheral battles. Now let's fight the real battle. Try. What does try? You sound like you're going through try. You sound like you're getting over try, or you've been over try. What has try really done to you? Having a culture of try, what has that done to you, your life, and your harvest?
It put a shackle on my future.
Ooh, sir, you need to write that down as fast as possible. Just put shackle on your future, sir. Write that down, sir. Write that down. Write that down for I sell a course on it. Right? Yes. Write that down, sir. Write that down. Wow. Shackles on your future. That is good. Is that good? Clap for that. That's good. All right. He don't have a $51 class either, do he? No. Man. That might not be $89 no more. That shackle on your future raised the price alone. Okay. So you've dealt with the shackles on your future. You have the shackles on your future. You got them. Are you currently over the shackles on your future, or are you dealing with the shackles on your future? Which one are you at right now?
I'm finding the keys.
Okay. So, okay. All right. I like that. That's it. There you go. Finding the keys.
I like that, but what about dealing with the shackles alone? Because before you find the keys, you got to deal with the shackles.
Yeah.
So you got to, what are the shackles actually doing to you?
Yeah.
Besides putting it on your future, you got to look around. What do you want in your future, which is your shackles? You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you know what? I'm gonna tell you something that really motivated me to look at it, because the shackles that I hold, my children inherit.
Right. So what?
And so
Okay.
it made me look at
Shackles
it
could
like.
be-
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I need you to write that down. You're passing shackles to your children.
Mm-hmm.
You need to write that down, sir. That needs to be addressed. We're giving birth to losers. And it's not their fault. And 50% of a child's personality is formed in the womb. All right. Now, continue. You just said gold. We don't let you just go over gold.
No, where we were.
No, I was saying before you find the keys, you got to deal with the shackles, right?
Yeah. And
So, what are the shackles in your life?
shackles in my life, or I think like what we said, it's the people around you. It's the environment that you accumulate. It's the job that you require that you know you shouldn't be there. It's the things that you put your time in and your energy into every single day, but then when you look at the end of your day and before you go to sleep, then you realize how much time you wasted not going into.
So what I need you to write down is leave what makes you try.
Because
Listen.
it could be angles, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
It could be for other people that you might want to help. Their shackles could be fear, depression, overcoming certain obstacles in their life that they can't get to. So their shackles are actually stopping their future as well, or reaching the inside. You know, they don't even know what keys look like because they're shackled by so many things. So, for instance, you're saying the word try. Bless you. The word try for you. Let's just say they haven't tried it enough. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's right. So we got leave what makes you try, and let me find. And I actually got some of what everything you've been talking about. But before I get there, you already try. Let me explain to you what try is on a neurological and cognitive behavioral level. If you keep telling your mind to try, you tell your mind never let me succeed. Absolutely. And so you manifest trying. Let me tell you what that looks like in the real world. And y'all should be real tired of this. You get real close and then you sabotage.
Absolutely.
Because you didn't ask your mind, let me be successful. You said, mind, make me try.
Let me try.
Then you magnify what you manifest. There it is, right? Does that make sense? Now, she is saying something very powerful. What make you think you deserve those shackles? You should write that down. People need to address what made them think they deserve those shackles. And that lesson should be up here somewhere. Or you could probably keep it there. I wouldn't. They said number when you're done. There it is, right? Now, so now that I got that, I'm identifying my shackles, stop the trying. So you just dealt with the cause. You just dealt with the fact that I'm passing poverty to my children. Ain't no shackles in prosperity. Prosperity people get paid for making shackles. Okay, now.
Can I add one more in there?
Of course.
It's one thing that I used to teach kids. I used to always talk to them about, and it's a difference between doing and done.
Okay, that's good, especially with the procrastination.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't confuse movement with progress.
Oh,
Yeah. So there you go. Write that down.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That's a very good one. There you go.
always busy, but
Yep.
never
Yep.
getting anything done.
Yep. You come zoom in on this writing since we run the cameras. There you go. I'm gonna zoom in. Make them zoom in right. Yeah, you can move. The live feed. This is cameras. Yeah, there it is. This camera. Yeah, that's it. The live feed can see it. Yeah, the live feed can see it. Zoom in. I need these good shots. There he is. Need these good shots. Yes. There he is. There he is. There it is. That's it. That's it. Cameraman trying to tell you something. He's trying to tell me something. All right. There we go.
All right.
All right. So now we got that. Now give me, so you dealt with the cause. Now make me win.
Make you win. Every day, set out the smallest goals for your success.
Okay. There you go. You've never heard. It's your money. Write down your money. Set the smallest goals for your success.
And then find the keys.
And then find the keys.
Then find the keys. That's good,
fact, let me change that. Find the keys. Make your own keys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Everybody out here trying to chase the pot of gold. I'm trying to own the pot of gold factory.
Willy Wonka.
You know, chase the pot of gold. You getting it through me.
You know what? I seen a commercial. I mean, it's a little trailer for a little kid, and what he said, it blew my mind. It's like all his brothers was out there catching the football and doing everything else, and he was sitting there reading a book. And it's like, oh man, you're not gonna be anything. He said, he looked at his brothers. He said, y'all worried about playing for the team. He said, I'm thinking about owning the team.
There it is. There it is. There it is. That's good. That's good. He got his whole course together. Will y'all clap for him, please? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Clap for him, please. He's got his whole course together. That is good. So we got 2 of them. How much is your course? It's residual. How much is your course? No. Put it in the center. Put it in the center. How much is your course?
$129.
$129. Come on. Come on. Clap for him. $129 course. Yes. Question.
Every month?
Residual is every month. Think of residual like royalties.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes. Oh. Think of residual as if it was royalties. That means you get paid every single month. Thank you, camera crew. Thank you, camera. We'll clap for our camera crew. I like that. I like that. Now, what you can do is, you can actually, that would be great if you can keep that super close. Yeah, keep that one. Okay, good. That's awesome. Good. So we're doing the camera crew. I can edit this stuff out, but keep that close. Them good shots. Them is awesome. Good. Great. And we here? Yeah? No? I'm going to ignore you. All right, here we go. So, you see how you can make money this way. If you keep doing that over and over, you get to $48 million. Before you get to $48 million, how about getting to $129? Does that make sense? That makes sense. You now both have enough tools to walk out of here and start your own courses, your own class. Now, okay, you clap. No, I don't want to stop that. Now, would you like to know what I would do with that?
Absolutely.
Write this down and do what I would do. You can have it. I repurpose my material. So, how many lessons did you have? Can you count your lessons for me?
I had 12.
You had 12. Count your lessons.
I got 2 pages.
Well, that's good. 2 pages. That's more money. 2 pages is more money. 10. Okay, got 10. 11, 12. Okay. Now, check this out. That's 13 keynotes, 12 keynotes. No, you're going to receive that information. Hey, can you speak for me? I sure can. What you want to talk about? I want to talk about this. And you force that to fit right with you. You just tailor it up. You just wrote down 12 different keynotes. Clap for them for 12 and 13 different keynotes. Make sense?
Like
I'm not done. Now, check this out. Now you have a 3-day workshop, 7-day workshop, because that's long. You got a 12-day workshop, you got a 13-day workshop. Split it in half. You got that workshop. Now you got an 18-hour workshop, 6-hour workshop. You can do it. You got a 30-minute keynote or a 13-day workshops or anything in between. Does that make sense? Watch this here. You also have 13 different blogs for your website, 12 different blogs for your website.
Right.
Now, you have a new podcast. Yes, you knew where I was going. You have a new podcast, both video and audio, whichever one you want to choose, about that subject. And you have 12 and 13. Watch this here. You sit down and you get your friends that you know can talk well, the people who are struggling with it, and you have 2-hour conversations on every topic. Watch it. You don't have 2-hour episodes. Every time you all get to a finished idea in that sentence, that becomes an episode. So out about, what I got, 2 hours? A 2-hour episode, for me, can make 12 different episodes. 10, 15-minute episodes. Easy. Somebody get your calculator out for me, please.
He's done it.
12 times 12, is that still 144?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's done it.
You literally have now 144 episode podcast. You're already in syndication. Right. Would you like to know what else I do? Can't have a podcast or a TV show. Right. Next YouTube star, both of them right there. Clap for them. Now you do a TV show about what we just talked about. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. That's what you do with information. That's how you repurpose it. Did that help everybody? Mm-hmm. Does that help everybody? Mm-hmm. Does that sound like some money? Mm-hmm. Man, I like that there. What time is it? 10:25. Okay, so I went over 25 minutes. Okay, 10:25. Good. Is that good? All right, so I'll come back with the rest of the laws. So come on, bring our host back up. Put on some high five music. We got them well. Good job.
Hello, hello. How we? Ooh, hey. Go ahead, G. See, I got my flats on now. I had to go from a cute stage to a comfortable stage. Come on, y'all, let's get some blood running. Come on, let's go. With me, let's
I got Chuck's on with Shane the Road. I gotta catch myself. So pretty. Too hot.
So we have two new courses, two new sources of income to flow through these right here. Yes. By the way, that was some awesome work together there. You know, said some things kind of hit me below the belt. I was kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna stand up here, get my balance back, because that blow kind of hurt a little bit. You know, but I'm good. I know I'm definitely looking forward to you guys' courses. I will be one of those paying friends. Like, how much? Okay, yeah, I'm not asking for no discounts. I'm paying full price because I want to get my full abundance and receive my fullness from giving to you guys. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So, and you can also go ahead and upsell at your conference in January. Go ahead.
Don't whisper it. Tell them.
When you stand up there on stage, don't forget, check out my new course. This is how much it is a month. Go ahead and do that so that everybody know they have something wonderful coming from you.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. So, how's everybody doing? We got a blood flowing. We get everything going. Energy is awesome. That flow was amazing. That was wonderful to sit and watch you guys just brainstorm and get that out. It flowed so smoothly to where, like he said, it was meant for you guys to do this. So again, I'm definitely looking forward to it. So for our next keynote, we have Mr. Antonio T.
Family's Christians. He knows thug music, gospel. You understand? Mic check. I'm doing good. I'm doing well. I probably didn't turn it on here. Make sure it's on right here. Make sure it's on. I didn't hit something. It's on. There we go. Come on with the volume. All right, they got me. Got me, not the music. Me. All right. Good. So, yes, questions. No questions? Anybody got questions? Questions. Okay. No questions. All right. Let's see if we got some online questions from our paying audience. That's always a good thing. Thank you for paying again. I appreciate you. Now, let's see. I gave you the Parkinson's law of three. Yes?
We got to get back to the picture in the mind.
Yes, let's do the picture in the mind now. I'll do that now. Okay. Everybody, I did this to somebody the other day, but everybody do this here. This is how powerful this is. I want to show you why you don't have what you want. This is a test. You're going to fail the test. It's not personal. I'm just telling you it's a test. You're going to fail it because if you wouldn't, you'd have a different harvest. Okay? So here we go. Everybody picture an apple. Got it? Good. Picture a banana that he doesn't like. Got it? Picture a car. Any car.
Jag.
Okay, Jag. Jag for him. Picture your nose. Can everybody see that? Picture your mind. See what happened? You got no picture? See it? You can never go where you can't see. And if you can't see it, you can't account for it. If you can't account for it, you can't control it. Yes?
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So I just have to understand what just happened in my brain.
Okay. Well, let me. I would love that question to be on my camera too. I would love that. So there we go. Okay. So she has a question. Camera 2 is going to pick up her question. Great. All right, we're ready with your question.
Okay, so when you said picture apple, I pictured the yellow Fiji apple, the yellowish red apple. When you said picture the banana, I pictured the banana.
Mm-hmm.
When you said picture the car, I pictured this hoopty beetle with rust and faded yellow paint on it, and then it turned purple.
Yep. And you wonder why you picturing that kind of car?
Yes.
All right. That's a great question. Thank you very much for your question. Let's clap for her and her question. Great question. This is going to hurt. Some of you love yourself, but you don't think you deserve a good car. This is why all your cars never have AC. The engine lights are always on. They never last long. They're never what you want. Because for you, you have a mental block in the area of what travels you where you want to go. You don't think you deserve to ride in comfort because you haven't been comfortable in your whole life. I remember that place. Every car I had never worked. I do own a car. I own a car. I don't drive it. I don't want to drive it. Who in here knows the car that I want?
Tesla.
Fully loaded. And I want to pay cash.
He ain't driving it.
It's on my laptop right now. I'm not driving it. Sorry, live feed. Yes. You can buy her one too. It costs $119,000. They gave me a payment option.
He just dropped 18.
I rejected their payment option. It's sitting on my laptop. I built it. I know what I want. And I want cash. I want to pay all the car notes at one time.
Amen.
Because I realized the car is a very big hurdle for me. I realized that all the cars that I had, the ACs never worked. And if they did, I had to go pay $2,000 to get the compressor fixed. How many of you had these compressor problems? That the moment you had to drive 30 miles per hour as fast as possible so you can get some wind with your arm hanging out the window. Didn't even want to take phone calls because you couldn't hear in the first place. That was me. I realized that poverty was so deep in me that I was driving it. See, when you drive, you get comfortable and control stuff. And I realized the state of comfort and control for me was something broken down. So I reject that. I reject being comfortable and controlling. Does that make sense? So my next car costs $119,000 cash. And it's a Tesla, electric. That's why you pictured that car. Go ahead.
But something that God broke me on was driving comfortable but being broke.
So you said that in a podcast here recently. You said skating to success. What did she say? Are you skating to success? Okay. Yes. You comfortable, but broke. How many of you been there before? Comfortable and broke. That's pitiful. I just, I rebuke that. All that.
You pulling the Benz up to the project.
All that. Yeah. Benz up to the project shows you exactly your mindset. It shows you your mindset. It shows you you're about now and not later. It shows you that you have not mastered your desires. It shows you that you have not mastered deferred gratification in the next hour and 30 minutes. Make sense? All of that we're going to talk about. So, law of investment. That was next. The law of investment is very serious. Super simple. Super to understand. The law of investment says that you need to be investing your money. Your money should be making money. Let me tell all of you, if your money is not making money, your money is wrong, because you are. What does that mean?
She said skate to your success but dying in your potential.
That's what it was. Thank you. That's what it was. Grace just quoted you. She's online. Skating to your success but dying in your potential. You about said the same thing. Yeah. Driving in comfort but broke in my potential. Got a question online? Okay, let me get the question online.
Someone says, could you explain the law of three again?
Yes, the law of three was savings, insurance, and income. Savings, insurance, and income. That means in every area of your life, you should have savings, income, and insurance. That means in every area. Am I repeating that? Every area. Let me break this down to you in practical terms. If you're going to date somebody, make sure where you live you can afford by yourself.
Amen.
Did you see how we made that law of three work? So if they walk out, you got enough savings to handle it, insurance to handle it, and income to stay in it.
Yes.
Did that make sense? I'm trying to make this make super sense. If you're going to live somewhere, make sure you can afford it by yourself. Right. It's some of the greatest advice I ever received. I'm now giving it to you. If you're somewhere where you cannot afford it, that's not love. That's poverty disguised as love. So what you do is simple fix. Yeah, you love her, you love him. That's fine. Now, both of y'all make enough money where you can afford it by yourself. That doesn't mean you're going to leave each other. That just means you ain't passing down shackles, right? Paul Morgan, that's his class. You're not passing shackles to your children. That's it. See, we're already quoting you. I quoted you. Paul Morgan, the great Paul Morgan, the great philosopher says, don't pass shackles to your children. See, I quoted you. Okay, you get it? That's what you have to do. You have to be able to understand it. Savings, income, insurance. In every area of your life. Every area. So the next time you buy a computer, would you like the insurance on this? And you say no? Consider your ways. I don't want to give them a commission. Forget them and that commission. You need to put insurance on it, because technology has a funny way of not working when you get home and open the box. I know y'all ain't never been through that. Fooling around and buy some Apple headphones. And Apple gets over the $30 for me that I learned how to just to wrap them around my neck now, so I never mess it up. I just wrap them around my neck. Okay. The law of investment, you need to be investing your money, period. I already told you how to invest your money. Apple, Acorns, etc., etc., etc. Okay? Apple, Acorns, etc., etc., etc. Apple, Acorns, all that good stuff. Apple, Acorns, Vanguard, Fidelity. Savings account is not good, but it is good when the market is volatile. And by volatile, I mean too high to where you can't buy anything. So that's when the market is not well, when it's too high, when you can't buy anything. And she doesn't even know it's unlocked. The market is not well, so you can't buy anything. And so what you get and what you understand is that you need to be saving. You need to be saving money and then investing that. So when the market is, you want the market to crash, to be honest with you. You want to buy low, sell high. But you want to put it in savings, and as soon as it's time for you to invest in that thing, invest it. But you're not going to save your way to prosperity. Invest everything. Next is the law of compound interest. The law of compound interest. Very important. Law of compound interest. Let me tell you a story about golf. Let's play a game. I'm not telling you earlier. I'm going to tell you a story about golf and chess. A story about golf is a young, arrogant young man who knew that he was great at golf. He was great at golf. Great golf, great, just golfing greatly. And he's talking all this smack to the old man. The old man says, listen, young man, let's do a little wager. Young man says, all right, no problem. I'm going to need you to pull out your calculator. Can you pull out your calculator? Pull out your calculator, get ready for me. Can you keep count for me? Okay, you keep count for me. Let's work it this way. Now, actually, so as I say count, point to them. As I say calculator, go to them. You know, boom, boom, back and forth. Here we go. Now, check this out. The old man says, I tell you what, let's just do a little wager. Let's just bet 10 cents a hole, 18 holes. Whoever wins the most holes, you win. You win all the money. And young man, arrogant. Yeah, I'm going to do that. No problem. All right, no problem. But let's throw in a little caveat here. Let's double the bet every hole. No problem. I got money. That's easy. Yeah, no problem. So, hole 1, now you count, put up 1. Okay, there we go. 1 right there. Pretty lady. Okay. Now, put 0.1 in your calculator. Okay, 0.1. Okay, now, over here we got 0.1 in your calculator over here. Now, 2. Okay, now put times 2 in your calculator. And the dollar amount on your calculator, or the decimal amount on your calculator is? 0.2. Great, not a problem. 3. Okay, we got 3 there. Times 2.
Times 2.
Mm-hmm.
0.4.
0.4. See it? Okay. 4 times 2.
Wait.
So you was at 0.4. You can just do times 2.
Oh.
0.4 times 2.
Times 2.
We all know it's 0.8.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got 0.8? Okay. 5. All right.
Times 5.
No, times 2. All you got to do is just take the number, just times 2 the whole time.
Okay,
so we have 0.8 times 2.
Times 2.
Okay, there we go.
1.6.
1.6. 6. Okay, times 2.
Times 2. 3.6.
7 times 2.
6.4.
8 times 2.
12.8.
Stop right there. 8 hole. Young man, listen, man, you winning right now, but it's all good. I know you winning. I ain't worried about it. But, how much is it again?
12.8.
12.8. He ain't worried about nothing. Now, I want to show you something. I want to show you halfway through the game. This is double. Now, watch this here. Old man says not a word. He just said, let's keep playing. Now, next number is 9. Okay, we got 9 there. Okay, times 2.
25.6.
What you say? Okay, times 2 again. That's the 10th hole. Okay, now times 2.
51.2.
Interesting. Okay, 11. You can just put up one hand, I guess. Yeah, 11. There we go. you had to be an alien to have all those hands. Okay, so what's the dollar amount over here?
102.
Okay, 102.4. Go back over again. Now that's 12. Okay, now.
204.8.
Interesting. 13th hole. Okay.
$409.
Okay, let's stop right there real quick. Now the young man getting nervous. Hold on. He started doing the math in his head. He can't do all of it, but he's looking at it. He's saying, listen, this is going too much, going too far. Oh, man, let's get out the bet right now. And the old man don't say nothing. It's not a problem. But if you pay attention to what's happening, these numbers are getting large very quickly. Yes. Now watch the next. That's 13, right? So let's watch the next 5 holes. Okay, that's 14 times 2.
819.
Okay, 15. Okay, times 2.
1,638.
16 times 2.
3276.
32 what?
76.
But 32 what though?
$3,276.
Okay, times 2. Okay.
Times 2. $6,553.60.
And that's 18 hole. That's 18 hole right there. Times 2.
Is $13,107.20.
Come on, let's clap for that amount. Let me see that real quick. It is. Now watch it. I want them to see it. There it is. 13,000. And you can zoom it in there. 13,000. 18 holes. You can put your hands down. They look cute up there. You put your hand right. $13,000 off a dime. A dime. Double. Albert Einstein said, there's no greater power on planet Earth than compound interest. A dime. Young man in the hole for $13,000. How much money would you have right now if you literally saved your money? You as one of these great books say, been despised in small beginnings. And so what you have done is you looked at this dime and was disrespectful towards it. But if you keep playing with dimes, you can find your way to dollars. Another story, it's a great story. It's found in India. Great builder, I believe. He went to the king wanted some stuff done. He built it for him. It's beautiful. Man says, listen, I really want this to get done. Can I pay you? Yeah, sure, man. I tell you, I don't want your money. No, I want to pay you. I don't want your money, but I'll tell you what you can do. This is what you can do for me. You can give me 1 grain of rice and put it on a chessboard. And you can double that rice until it fills that square. And then when it gets to that one, let's do the next square. And then double that. And by the time it got to the end, by the time it got to the middle, there was no more rice in India. In all of India. And by the time it got to the end, the rice number was in the trillions. It's a true story. Well, it's a true fable, but the number is true. You take 1 grain of rice, and if you just double the effort, by the time you fill up a chessboard, you'll be in the trillions. Compound interest. It never stops. So what does this mean to you? It means to you very simply that if you don't know how to get to a $200 product, get to a $2 product and then double your effort. Is that fair? You know how to get, does anybody here not know how to get $2? Okay, that's everybody. Double your effort. Double your effort. And when you get to a certain dollar amount, you say, I'm at $160, which would have been pretty impressive to get to. Now you go to your office and you say, what did I say, 160? 320, it's mine. And you double the energy and you double the effort. And you get to 320 and you go to 740. Make sense? And you just keep going and you keep going and you double the effort. The problem is you think too small while looking at big things. I wanted $3 million. I broke it down to the simplest form possible and never wanted 48 million, but I accidentally found the blueprint for 48 million because I doubled the effort and broke it down and broke it down and broke it down and broke it down. Does that make sense? Everybody got it? Makes good sense. Okay, that's the law of compound interest. Now, next law, am I in still? Okay, let's talk about now the law of wealth. Okay, that's all money. That's it. Everything you know about getting money is there. Let's now talk about wealth creation. Wealth creation. Let me see what time it is. 10:47. Wealth creation. I'm going to combine 1 and 2 together the whole way through. Wealth creation. We ready? The law of accumulation. If you want wealth, you got to accumulate money. What is accumulation? You start collecting it, bringing it in. Here it is. I got it. Bring it. I need money. Give it. Give me money. You guys are broke because you stopped going out and collecting money. Collect money. Bring it in. Give me money. Hey, I'm broke. Okay, go get some customers to collect. Accumulation. The law of accumulation says the more you accumulate, the more this world will give you more to accumulate. I'm serious. Okay, you know what it is? That's right. How many of you accumulated drama in your life? Did it stop? Does that make sense? I'm serious. You get one messy friend and watch how your circle change.
He gets interested.
Just get one. Get one messy friend and watch how your whole circle will accumulate mess. It has to, because they carry seeds with them. And they take their little messy seeds and they say, "Ooh, this is a good spot in your garden, baby." And they plant. And you think you got away with it, but that harvest is coming. So the law of accumulation says the more you accumulate, the more energy you create, accumulation will happen to you and for you. Does that make sense? Now, our favorite in money, the law of attraction. When it comes to wealth, the law of attraction works. When it comes to wealth, the law of attraction works. Does that make sense? Does anybody doubt this? The law of attraction works. The law of attraction is simply a byproduct or a side effect of the real law, the law of vibration. The law of vibration, okay, it is at this point in the seminar in which we go as fast as possible, not in speed, but in awareness. It is at this point in the seminar that if you have not opened up your mind, you're going to miss what I'm going to say. So I am going to shock your mind if I feel that you're missing what I'm saying. The law of attraction is real. It is science. It says like attracts like. It is a real law. It is not new. It's not new age thinking. It's not something we discovered because you watched The Secret in 2006. They've been using it in Babylon. The law of attraction, even your Jesus talked about it. Every major religion in the Bible is called cause and effect. Reap and sow. In philosophy, it's called cause and effect. Doesn't matter how you want to address it. It's the same thing. But no, it's not. Reap and sow means if you do this, if you plant a like seed, you get a like harvest. Okay, like attracts like. Does that make sense? It's the same thing. Same thing. Some people call the law of Socratic law. It doesn't matter. It's the granddaddy of them all. Causality. It means you have no effect without a cause. That's not changing. This is how I could tell you with great confidence, this is a test, but you're going to fail, because I can look at the effect and know what the cause is. And the causality says that I can't stand here if I didn't have legs to stand or make a decision to stand. But guess what? If I make a decision to stand, I don't need legs to stand here. There are motivational speakers with no legs, no arms. The guy's a rock star. You know, I know two Les Brown certified speaker trainers and coaches in wheelchairs. Jose, I want to say his last name is Flores. What's my buddy's name? Jonathan Nolan. Incredible. They are dynamic and they make zero excuses. The law of attraction says that whatever you hold in your mind, you'll hold in your hand. That you are constantly attracting into your life what you are in yourself. You don't have wealth because you're attracting poverty. In order to accumulate wealth, you need to disrespect the law of attraction. What are some reasons why we don't respect the law of attraction? Go. Don't believe in it. If you jump off the building and you don't believe in gravity, will gravity still take hold of you? This is why I like laws. I'm just telling you what. I don't believe in gravity. Yeah, you do that all you want to. You just fall in. If you don't believe that when two hydrogen atoms get next to an oxygen atom, and it becomes water. Is that every time? That's every time. Now, I don't believe in water. Go in there and breathe it then. See what happens. It doesn't matter if you believe in water or not. If you breathe it, you're going to drown. Does that make sense? Because it's a universal law. The reason I do this, I know so many different laws. I've chased these. I've researched these. I've spent money. I've done all these things because I wanted to know why I was suffering, why I was homeless, why I was doing all this here. And I went seeking information. I mean, you've ever seeked information. And I went seeking information from all sorts of establishments. And I found myself in the church. I'm trying not to do it, but I have to, okay? Found myself there. Not a problem. I got some great answers. But then when I wanted answers past answers, I couldn't get them. Not because the establishment couldn't give them, because the man giving them to me didn't want them. Then when so what I did was I decided, this is the most fundamental truth possible. All my answers are here. It's changed my life. Church changed my life. Changed everything. It changed my life. It's just good. So let me go to school for it then. I go get the answers there. And when I got to school, freshman year, I realized I had all the answers of poverty. I didn't know anything about theology. I just knew scriptures. And then I didn't even know. I memorized them. I didn't live them. I memorized them, and I only memorized them out of context. I was so close to the trees, I couldn't even know that it was a forest. Had no idea I was standing in the forest. I just see this tree, and I'd beat you across the face with this tree if I could, if you let me. But the Bible says, boom. How many of you know Christians like that? Okay, I'm not talking about nobody. I'm talking about me. We understood I'm talking about me right now, right? Okay, I'm talking about me. I ain't talking about nobody. Now,
Yeah, right.
then it dawned on me, man, I don't know nothing. And I had a crisis at this point. But my crisis was, I don't know nothing. It is a bad place to be when you don't know nothing, because your whole foundation moves and shakes and you no longer know who you are. Has that ever happened to you? To when everything you thought you knew was taken from you? That's where I was. And I start seeking truth. And I start saying, well, let me see the Quran. Let me see this. Let me get into physics. Let me get into quantum physics. And now I can't even read introductory quantum physics books because I got all the laws remembered, because I like laws. And here's what I learned the most, and I'll share it everywhere I go. There's things that are universal that no matter where you're born at, they are real. This is why when you hear me talk, most of the time, you're going to hear me talk about objectivism and laws. Because no matter who I'm talking to, we can all agree, you jump off this building, you're going to fall. And we can also agree that the law of attraction is real. And I always have to, every time I'm doing something right here, I always have to slow down right here, because many people have been conditioned not to believe nobody. I'm saying it a better way now. You've been conditioned to believe that the only thing you get comes from the Lord. I'm not taking him out the equation. I'm saying you plant your seeds. Stop blaming higher entities for your problems. Okay, I got you. You plant poison, stop blaming other people. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Put the camera on him for me. Yeah.
Oh, no. I was going to
Please.
I was going to share this one with you.
Yeah.
But I was going to bring this up. Might as well share it with the world.
Get in.
Okay. Is that way for the camera, please?
No, go ahead.
I got more grades on this side.
I got the mic.
But before I tell my story, something that came into my mind when you were talking about from being a man of faith, and you hear so many people, they'll tell you to sow, but they won't teach you how to reap. So that you may sow again and again to continue. But that's a whole nother sermon about
You there? Go ahead and help somebody.
just yesterday,
I'm not stopping you.
Just yesterday, just coming into the truth of the law of attraction, and it was something small because I was on my way with my girlfriend, and we were going somewhere. We had to go way to the other side of Houston, and she kept telling me, turn back around, we're not going to make it in this traffic. And I remember watching The Secret, and it says anything that you keep on speaking into yourself, and if other people are speaking those negative things into existence, and if you listen to them, you'll fall into them. But if you speak positivity into yourself and say that you're going to make it, then you're going to make it. So when I started driving, I said, you know what, I'm going to make it. I have no choice but to make it. And I tell you the truth, I made wrong turns. The GPS system took me to a place that wasn't even the right place. It took me extremely off course. I told the lady, I said, I'll be there by 5:35. The Google Maps told me I'll be there at 5:38. I told her, I'm talking to the phone. I said, I'm going to make it at 5:33. There's no other way I'm going to make it. I'm speaking it into existence. The whole drive there, even wrong turns and everything else, when the course told me you still going to not make it, I kept on speaking over and over again, I'm about to make it. I'm about to make it on time. I'm not turning around. I'm not giving up. I'm going to make it on time. And I made it there with 33 seconds left on the clock.
Wow. now.
And it might sound like something small.
That's
But
huge.
if you take something small and you put that same mindset into something big, what are the possibilities?
That's right.
And I always want to share that to you.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
You spoke to some small right yesterday, right before I left, and I told you, man, I watched that law, the secret, and I said just the laws of attraction, and I said, you know what? Let me not just take out the try. Let me do it. Let me do it and see if it works for me. Because I can keep on saying, no, I seen something, but until I do it, I won't see the full effects of it.
Wow. Come on, clap for him. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. He's now in control of his life, not GPS.
Yes.
Let me tell you, the only GPS you should have inside of you is your internal compass. That's it. That's it. Most of you are guided by your mother's compass, your father's compass. They wanted you to be a lawyer. Ain't that your story over there?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want to be no lawyer. Tony Robbins' mom wanted him to be a truck driver.
A truck driver.
Yeah. Oprah Winfrey's dad thought $21,000 a year was great. I think she did a little bit more than that. she kind of did a little bit more than $21,000 a year. Don't let the negative expectations of other people become your reality. Don't let people put on you their limitations because they're uncomfortable with you winning. Make sense? And just because you got GPS, which knows all, kind of, sort of, don't mean you don't get the.
It only knows what it's programmed. Right. That's true.
And so do you.
You're a GPS. You don't want to think
That one.
You are a GPS too.
You are a GPS.
So we're reprogramming you now. The law of attraction is real. The law of it's real. It's the law of vibration. Vibration says everything is in motion. So now I have to tell you this. The center of gravity at your head is less than the center of gravity at your feet. I'm serious. This is a scientific fact. You don't have to like it, but that is the truth. Your head is higher off the Earth's core. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And so therefore you have a different center of gravity force of your head. Everything is vibration. Everything is in motion. Everything is frequency. There are no such thing as feelings. Feelings is just the conscious word that you use to describe your vibration. If you're feeling bad, you're not vibrating at whatever you desire. That's it. Watch this here. If you feel bad about money, that's how money treats you. Money is just energy, and anything that you have in it, it's just everything's energy. Everything's energy. Yeah, not just money. Yeah. Everything's energy. And you just walk in this life in relationship with energy. But however you're in a relationship with something is how it will respond to your relationship. And if you are poor, you have a poor relationship with money. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. If you have marital problems, you have a poor relationship. There are no such thing as marital problems. They're only character problems that bubble up in a marriage. That's it. There ain't nothing else. This is character problems. They bubble up. There they are now. There's no external problem. That's you. There's no money problems. That's you. And you have to understand this on a fundamental level. Anybody rejecting this, you're going to stay where you are because money is just energy, and you must be in constant flow of energy. With it, it's called harmony. And you understand it because when you say things like, I just don't like her vibe. You don't even know you're saying, I don't like her. When I walked in earlier, she was vibrating so tough. I was like, woo! She was on it. She had the light. Let's talk about the light. I'm off script, but I'm not even off script. Let's talk about the light. You can make anything you want if you sell the light. You can make any dollar amount you want if you sell the light. If you sell the light, are you familiar with this? The light. There's some scriptures that said, I am the light of the world. Yeah. Okay, some books that say that.
This is the light of mine.
Okay, this is the light of mine, but it's also this light, this perfect energy, this harmonious energy. So yeah, he's so Baptist. This harmonious energy source, this greatness, this thing that is us. You are the light in physical form, somebody just told me to call you by your name. That's it. That's it. That is it. That is, you watch you under the right microscope, you will see you in vibration, and you will see that most of your atoms are empty, and in that emptiness, there is energy. And there's enough energy in you to power a whole city in you. And you were born with this energy. This is why if you walk into a room with an infant in a bad mood, that infant will wake up out their sleep. Promise you. Because they haven't been affected by the world, their light is still strong. You never lose the light, you just put mud over it. There's one of a story I love to tell about this Buddhist town, city, and the Vikings were coming in. This is actually a true story. Vikings were coming in, and they had this golden Buddha. It was golden, it was beautiful. And they decided to take this Buddha and put mud over it. And as they put mud over it, they put more mud over it. And then because they didn't want the Vikings to ransack the golden Buddha. And as they had the golden Buddha, the Vikings came in, and sure enough, they pillaged the town. The Buddhist people, they lost the town. And the generation passed. And the golden Buddha is still covered with mud. Generation passed again. Golden Buddha is still covered in mud. 3 generations passed, more. 5 generations total. A little kid went under the stone Buddha to pray. And a piece of the stone fell off. And he looked up and it was gold. And the kid jumps up and he runs and he tells the people of the town, hey, this Buddha's gold. It's not, it ain't gold. They go certify it. Sure enough, they see gold. And so they start chipping away at the stone. And chip it all away. And sure enough, nothing but pure gold shone forth. And that's what you are. You're pure gold, just covered in mud. That's it. And somebody has to just chip it away. But before you got to chip it away, somebody put it on you. Your mama told you what you can't do. Your daddy told you what you can't do. Everybody told you what you can't do. And you only got with people who told you what you can't do. And you only slept with people who told you what you can't do. And everybody told you what you can't do, and now you're full of mud. And it's not your fault, but it's your fault that you let it stay. So let's chip away the mud. So by chipping away the mud, let's accept the fact that the law of attraction is real. Because it's been here. Just like the golden Buddha. What time is it? 11:10? Oh, I got plenty of time. Let's just chip away at the fact this is real. This isn't new. It's in the same books everywhere. The light is universal. There's a common thread. Ask yourself all the common thread between all the religions. I'm not here to make you decide. It's not my problem. That ain't my problem. It's your problem. I'm just telling you that the light you're in relationship with. And there's a light in you, and there's a light in you that I should never offend. You like the Bible, don't you? It says, greater is he who's in me than he who's in the world. Did you get it? He's so churchy. He's so churchy. But you get the point. So whenever I offend your light, I offend the great source. It's just the way it is. I can never do anything to you because we're all connected. Quantum physics calls it entanglement. Since everything came from one place at the same time, even though the universe is still expanding, we're still connected. Your Bible says the same thing. It says, well, you didn't feed me when I was hungry. You didn't give me water when I was thirsty. When did we do this? Whatever you did unto the least of these, my brethren.
You have done also unto me.
So everybody's saying the same thing. And I always have to slow down when I get here. I had this plan because everybody don't want to accept the light. We want to talk about the light. But we don't want to actually be the light. All right, does that make sense? All right, I had to do that because we can't talk about wealth without understanding that the law of attraction will treat you how you treat others in it. That means if you owe people money, don't expect to be wealthy. Because you can't. You just can't do it. Now, there's an accumulation of debt. I got a question? Oh, you got a question? Go ahead.
Well, I had a quick comment. Could you tell them the importance of time and money?
Okay, absolutely. So if you owe people money, and I'm not, now you'll cure debt as you go. That's kind of the way the system works. But I'm saying, I'm not paying Paul back. No, I'm not going to do that. Well, don't expect. Don't expect nobody to pay you. Expect to only have customers that's going to ask you for discounts. They don't like you, they ain't going to like you. Does that make sense? That's just the way it works. That's how it works. It's going to continue to work that way. That's just what it is. Does that make sense? All right, that's how it is. You have to pay people. Now, time is money because you need time to make money. And guess what? You can always make money, but you can never make time. You can never get new time. You can lose time. And that's a terrible thing to do. You should be paying for your time, which actually brings me to my next law, the law of accelerating acceleration. That's what it's called. The law of accelerating acceleration. Who wants to know how to get to prosperity faster? Yes. She said yes. Yes. Who wants to cut your learning curve in half, cut your time in half? I'm going to teach it to you right here. The law of accelerating acceleration says the more you accelerate to what you accelerating to you.
Okay.
Oh, I'm trying to liberate somebody in here. The law of accelerating acceleration says the more you accelerate to what you want, it is also accelerating to you. You can't want something halfway. That's why you never get it. Because every time you stop, it stops coming to you. Every single time you give it half the effort, you get half the blessings.
Uh-oh.
Every single time that you say, I want to create this course, and you give it a little bit of effort, you're going to get a little bit of that course.
Oh, right.
By law of attraction, you are only going to get what you're putting out. That's it. There's nothing else. It's not changing. That's the way this life works, whether you like it or not. But if you have the fortitude to sit down and say, I'm going to do this until it gets done, then at the same way you treat it, it will also treat you that way. Mm-hmm. So what took other people 4 years to do, you can do in 2. Here's some practical ways to beat people at their own games. Now that you're in competition with them, but here's how you never have to, here's how you can always stay ahead of your competition. They work 8 hours a day. You work 16. I don't want to work that much. Well, you don't want that much. Can I give you some math? Would you like some math? If you work 16 hours a day, that means in 2.5 months, you would have worked the equivalent of someone's entire work year.
Wow.
Every 3 months, you lapping them. Every 3 months. Every 3 months, you're lapping them. And they say, man, how you keep blowing up? I ain't laying down. Hey, lay down. I mean, man, how you lucky? No, I'm not. I'm not lucky. I work my butt off. Every day I'm at this. I work this. I'm how many laws I gave you about now? I was about 30 or something. I don't know what I gave. They're all in my head. You think they just got there? You think I just give me a book? That is not how that works. That is not how that works. And so people are going to go, man, that guy's intelligent. That's fair. That's fair. You can. But you're also going to say, he got to work real hard. And so when you have 2 people to pick of who you going to hire to speak, you're going to say, give me that guy. Because I know he loves himself enough not to make me look bad. Oh, somebody missed that there. Let me tell you, most of the people I hire, most of the people I want to work with, I work with them because of their confidence in themselves. Amen. I almost said arrogance. That's what I really want to say. I really want the people who are so confident it comes off as arrogant because I know you ain't going to make a fool out of you, so you sure don't make a fool out of me. Does that make sense? That makes so. If I got to hire somebody, I'm going to hire somebody that I know going to come up here and just knock it all dead. Because he know for sure I'm not failing. Sure. I'm not doing it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You have to do it. You have to be able to understand that every time you're accelerating to something, it accelerates to you. That is a law. That is a law. Most of you are not accelerating to anything but poverty. You talk a good game, but you work good poverty. And you wonder why you don't have what you want. You don't have what you want because you don't want it. Oh man, you know, nope, no you're not. No you're not. You're a talking tree. That's what you are. You're not a fruit-bearing tree. You're a talking tree. Because talking gets you gratification.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, you talk so well. Oh, man, you know what? Listen, I'm going to post about what I'm going to do. Yeah, like. And then dopamine gets released, and now you're satisfied. It's good. That's scientific. That's just, seriously, it's good. It used to be you had to actually work hard for somebody told you, good job. Yeah, go back to that. That actually works. That actually works. Go back to that. So the law of acceleration, acceleration says if you want to speed this process up, then move to it, and it'll move to you. Wonderful story I love to tell. You can find it in Think and Grow Rich in every major culture across the world, dead and living, about a great warrior had a problem, and the problem was the battlefield. Takes all his troops and gets his troops, and as they get off on the seashore, he turns around and gives the order to burn the ships. And he turns to his troops and he says, you see these ships on fire? We have no choice but to move forward.
Can't go back.
We either win or we perish. And the end of that story has two words. They won. See, I don't ever do anything that I'm not willing to die for. You'll never see me doing something that makes me average. I staff out things that make me average to people that makes them awesome. But it will never, I want to make $3 million. That means if I do anything in my life in the next year that's less than $8,300 a day, I'll never get it. That means if I take my clothes to the cleaners, I'll never get that $3 million. So y'all think that's selfish. That ain't selfish. If you do something at this level, you're going to get that level. So whatever you want to make, you need to start acting like that. You don't become a lawyer when you pass the bar. You become a lawyer before you ever get there. So when your friends want to smoke weed, I have to study. I got to study. Ring, ring, ring. Call me back next semester. I got to study. That's what you need to be doing. But y'all don't want to do that. Law of accelerating acceleration. Very simple. Does that help you? Mm-hmm. All right, so let's talk more. I want to now talk to you about the law of emulation. Emulate those who are wealthy. It's so simple.
Victoria's attitude.
It's so simple. If you want wealth, you got to emulate those who are wealthy. Did you turn the heat up? Okay. If you want wealth, everybody here shivering. We got men, we suits. We got long sleeve shirt, long sleeve jacket, long sleeve pants, undershirt. They in here sexy and cold. Okay. Law of emulation says, but you know, because we said, baby, go look good for me. We have the craziest coverages. Law of emulation says you need to do what other people are doing who are successful. Don't do what other people are doing who are poor. I don't have a $500 product. Go research a $500 product. And then, this is what you do. Easy. Oh, they talking about business. I know something about business. I'm going to take their whole structure. I'm going to add on what I know. The moment you add on what you know, it's your information now. Somebody missed that whole thing. So, the moment, The moment you add on what you know, that's your information.
I just add on what I know.
Does that make sense?
You can do that?
Ain't no copyright, no business. If I tell you about finances, this ain't, not unless I done made up a new finance thing. Yeah, this ain't no research paper. You better plagiarize. Yeah. Now if they got quotes, be respectable quote. So if I say something like passing shackles to my children, I'm gonna say the great philosopher Paul Morgan.
Yeah.
Give him credit.
Give him credit. Me give him credit makes it look like I research. I don't know who Paul is. Unless they know who Paul is, then I, you know what I'm saying? But if I quote people, oh, he reads a lot of books. Make sense? Okay. So, Jared Wilkins?
Yes.
Okay, Jared Wilkins. I just heard this quote the other day. I said, oh my God, I'm stealing this immediately. And so I'm going to give you a quote. Jared Wilkins said, I'm just putting it in here on purpose. Jared Wilkins says, you born looking like your parents, you die looking like your decisions. Did you hear that, boy? I can't wait. Okay, I believe it in about an hour, and I'm going to say that. Yeah. And I'm going to quote him. But boy, that's powerful. Yes. You born looking like your parents, you die looking like your decisions. That's good. Jared Wilkins, I'm never going to figure, I ain't never met him in my life, but I'm going to quote him. So yes, you can plagiarize, so to speak, because it's university. So there's somebody, Jim Rohn, somebody before me, greater than me, is talking about what I'm talking about. That's not with my delivery. Make sense? It's just like Jerry Seinfeld trying to be like Cat Williams. It won't work.
No.
And vice versa. Cat Williams trying to be like Jerry Seinfeld. It just won't work. It just won't work. Okay, now the next thing about wealth, accumulation of wealth, is desire. You know why I currently, personally coach about 40 people around the world. Personally, that's not my company, just me personally, around the world. And I have a trick question that I ask all of them. I say, why are you not rich? Because how you answer the question tells me everything about you. How you answer the question tells me everything about me. It tells me that if you say anything but you, if you pass 13, everything your fault at this point. Did you? Yeah, you don't get to go, well, I just started taking responsibility at 37. No, you just got grown at 37. You was just an adult in puberty until then. You wasn't grown. How understanding that everything is your fault is very key. So I ask them all. I say, why are you not rich? And they all give me excuses. Every now and then I get, it's my fault. But then 80% of the time, after they make their excuses, they all come back to the next coaching session or later on, and they all say the same thing. And that's the truth. Most of you have never desired for abundance. You've never desired abundance a day in your life. You say crazy things that sound cool to poor people. I just want to be comfortable. You can be comfortable with all your bills paid. That's pretty comfortable. You could be a comfortable billionaire. You could be a comfortable millionaire. You'd be comfortable under a bridge. Your brain only wants comfort. You have to tell your brain the new level of comfort. Brain, this is the new comfort for us. Because your brain considers success you being a vegetable in a coma. Your brain is millions of years old. All it wants to do is survive. And if it keeps you alive, defecating on yourself and urinating on yourself, your brain will experience prosperity whether you like it or not. You have to tell your brain, this is the new prosperity for us. Not this coma stuff. Shannon Clark say most of y'all are the walking dead. You're running around here walking, but you're really dead. And it's not okay. It's not okay at all. So you have to desire what you want. Next law, and it's accumulation of wealth. And I don't know why people don't get this one. The law of purpose. You got to do it on purpose and actually have a purpose. It is not, Tony Robbins is the best person to say this here in this manner, and I'll give it to you the way he says it. There's two types of motivations. There's a push and pull. Push isn't strong enough to push you through the bad times. Push won't get you through a 40-day fast with no food. Push won't get you to this $48 million plan, and push won't save your marriage if you have marital problems. It just won't. Pull wakes you up when you're supposed to be asleep. Pull lets you get knocked down and say, I just can't stop. Stop. Nah, I can't. I feel like if I stop, I'm gonna die. But it don't make, I just can't. Pull, you have to have a motivation so strong that it pulls you. Because when you're getting pulled, sometimes you don't want to move. But that thing pulls you until you start moving. Let me tell you something about starting to move. Newton's first law of motion says, objective again, an object at rest will remain at rest until an unbalanced force acts upon it. Now take the same law and just go on the opposite end of the spectrum of it. Same law. An object at motion will remain at motion as long as it's in motion. What does that mean? That means get moving forward. I tell people all the time, showing up solves all the problems. Straight up. Showing up to all these conferences, showing up to this conferences solved a few problems for me. One, I need to have not just donuts, but bananas. And I saw him eat a banana. Does that make sense? Makes sense. Because the people that buy tickets here don't eat donuts. How much sense that make? Right? Would never know it if I didn't show up. So the next time, experience is even better than what it already is now. Oh man, they getting better. Yeah, because I showed up. Does that make sense? I didn't think this way. I got better by showing up. People in here eating bananas. Let's get some bananas. Now, how hard is it? How hard is it? Now, this I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Which one of my cousins got some food stamps? I'm just trying to teach you how to creatively finance. That's all. I'm not telling you. I'm just trying to be real with you. I'm just trying to tell you that getting some bananas, some fruit, and some grapes up in here ain't that hard. You ain't got to spend cash for it. Kinfolk. Kinfolk.
I give you 20 for 40.
Now you admitting the felonies over there. Yes. But you understand what I'm saying? Showing up solves all problems. Showing up is perfect. Showing up is what you need to do. Until you move forward, your brain won't kick in and give you the endorphins you need to have the resistance to move forward.
That's right.
Running hurts until your brain say, fine, if you're going to run, take this adrenaline. Take these painkillers. That's it. Seriously, that's what your brain do. Fine, we're going to keep you moving then. Your brain will literally keep you moving because you decided to move. You want to start a conference company? Move. The way will be shown. You said it to me yesterday. I'll say it to everybody else. In the movie, The Secret, in 2006, Jack Canfield says that you can get from Texas to California. And at nighttime, you have no idea how to get there. It's okay. You got headlights. And 200 feet at a time, the headlights will show the way. And then you just go the next 200 feet. And the next 200 feet. The next 200 feet. And you 200 feet your way all the way to California. You do your money like that. I don't know, I get $48 million. All right. $200 at a time. I don't know, I get $20. 200 pennies at a time. That's $2. And you just keep 2 pennies at a time. 200 pennies at a time until you get to $48 million. And here's the deal. It won't even take you that long. Because after you get to about 100,000, you start having 100,000 confidence. Does that make sense? I think that's me. That's you? Okay. You start having 100,000 confidence. Don't fool around and earn your way to $100,000 and let somebody tell you what you can't do.
No, they can't.
And truthfully, you won't even attract those people. Your whole circle will change to have $100,000. Whole circle. Very important you understand this. You got to do it on purpose. Next law of enrichment. Enrich your plan, enrich you. Everybody want to work on the plan and don't want to work on them. I can listen. We sit here right now. We about to take a lunch break. we all hungry. Been here since 7. And the only reason that you even stand here, because I had to work on me to even bring you here, and they know what I'm talking about. Does that make sense? Then we're going to go out, and we're going to get $100,000 profit for a gym in 6 months. I'm speaking it in existence right now. That's it. Come on, you can clap for that. I said profit. That's after the bills, after the payroll. I said profit. We still know what profit means, don't we? Okay. I didn't say make $100,000. I said profit. There it is. Then we got 2 $3 million courses right here, right there. 2 $3 million courses right there. That's what we're gonna do on multiple platforms. Course is so good, people gonna say, "Hey, listen, man, let me get your course on my platform." Well, let's split it 50-50. Nah, 70-30 sound better. You right, 70-30. You get it? Because you move forward. And you got to enrich yourself. And after you enrich yourself, and I'm going to tend to agree with my man Gary Vee on this one, the law of entrepreneurship. Everybody's not an entrepreneur. I'm of the minority, like Gary Vee. I'm just going to have to tell you, and this is let me just tell you, this is the bad. He takes it, he goes a little further than me. He says you have to be born an entrepreneur. Maybe. I don't really take that stance, but I get it. You can learn how to be an entrepreneur. All of you can learn. All of you won't be good ones. It's a skill. You put skill on top of something you don't know, you're average at it. You're a good manager. You put skill on top of a talent, you're a superstar. So either way, you're good. All of you won't be wealthy without entrepreneurship. This ain't happening. There will be no wealth accumulation without entrepreneurship. Does that make sense? There will be no wealth accumulation without entrepreneurship. None. Got to have multiple streams of income. You got to live in that level 3 quadrant, that level 3 tier. You will not have money without entrepreneurship. And free tip, put yourself out of business. Because somebody like me is coming to do so. Somebody like me operates in disruptive models. I'm coming to put you out of business if you're in my field. So you better put you out of business before I do. Put you out of business and then sell that. And you never go out of business. The greatest company I see doing that today is Amazon, better than anybody on planet Earth, and Facebook. Amazon and Facebook are the 2 greatest companies doing this right now. That's why they are what they are. Amazon and Facebook put themselves out of business almost once a year. Oh, look at you over there with this Instagram thing. Come here, let me buy you. You got Instagram. You hold on, wait, you mean file sharing? Community file sharing? As in photo bucket? Y'all remember that from MySpace day? Yeah. Photo bucket? But you made it cool? And you made it like Twitter? We gonna better buy this before Twitter do. Please don't miss these. Facebook bought Instagram. Didn't even know what to do with it. Sat on Instagram for 2 years before they did any changes. Ain't no advertisement. Didn't even know what to do with it. They worked it out. We gonna work it out. And look, stay here. I'm gonna make you rich, but keep all your staff. Because whatever y'all doing is disrupting us. So stay there, so you don't disrupt us. You make money with us. That's it. That's it. Amazon does the same. Oh, look at you out there. You selling baby diapers, huh? Yeah, we need that. And they bought a baby diaper. I'm serious. They bought baby diapers because they bought companies. They're buying companies. Amazon buys what's disrupting them and then creates what could put them out of business. Amazon says crazy things like, how about we go into a store and never have to pull out our wallets? And then, here's even more crazier. I'm an internet-only company, but I want to be in stores. Walmart trying to get online. Walmart's our biggest competitor. Walmart's trying to come up with what we do. So instead of them getting online, we're going to get into the store. Come here, Whole Foods. Now we Walmart. Oh, don't miss it. That's what happened. That is exactly what happened. Amazon became Walmart before Walmart can become Amazon. So Pay attention to these things and know that entrepreneurship is how you're going to create wealth. That's how it has to happen. You got to put yourself out of business before somebody put you out of business. Period. Then you have the law of bootstrapping. I'm almost done. Law of bootstrapping. The law of bootstrapping says, stop outsourcing. Stop paying people for stuff. Invent it. Make it cheap. Nobody's going to invest in your company if you spend all your money outside outsourcing. The greatest person doing this is Elon Musk. Tesla reinvented how the lithium batteries work. Elon Musk came in and it became a founder controversially, and then he is now the CEO and founder. But they invented how to make batteries run well by themselves. They did not go to a battery place. They said, this technology's out here, so let's own it. He did the same thing with SpaceX. They reinvented reusable rockets. That makes no sense. To give you an understanding, a private company is beating governments to space faster and cheaper and renewably.
Yep. And just did 18 minutes.
Elon Musk is putting governments to shame because he bootstrapped everything. This chip keeps breaking. Let's build a new one. We can't do that. The technology doesn't exist. Let's make it exist. Henry Ford did the same thing. I want an 8-cylinder engine. Whoa. It doesn't work. Yeah, I do. I want it. 3 years he sent his engineers. You find this thing go rich. 3 years. They kept saying, come back, find it. Come back, find it. They finally got angry with him saying, find it all the time. They just found it. And now you drive V8 cars. Bootstrap. If you can't do it, I've got cameras in the office, cameras, media crew. Nah. Let's learn all of it. Does that make sense? Put these cameras, camera left, camera right, boom. Then I said, what you mean? Hold on, iPhone. You just gonna put out megapixel cameras like that? That's beating the cameras I spent $1,000 for? I'll tell you what, get these iPhones and these cameras together. Does that make sense? That's what we're gonna do. Then next you got the law of courage. Can't be fearful and be rich.
All right. Drifting in.
Yes, you are drifting. He reads, what's the name of that one? Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Can't be fearful and be rich. Can't do it. You can't do it. How do you get rid of fear? One word, education. And that doesn't mean college.
Come on.
Well, I'm scared to lose money in the stock market, so start learning it. Use the biggest search engine in the world, Google. But I like to listen. Use the second biggest search engine in the world, YouTube.
Yep.
Which is owned by Google. You can Google stock market and listen enough and take enough notes to where your fear goes away. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Makes sense. That's just the way it is. That's not changing. You got to deal with it. Then you have the law of unearned optimism. Listen.
Unearned?
Yeah. You just got to be too stupid enough to get depressed. I mean, it ain't working. I don't see that. Look like it's working. To me, the plan just need to be replanned. I replan the plan. I'm not planting bad seeds. Obviously, it must just be between the planting and the reaping. Stay the course. Most of you losing because you don't stay the course, which brings me to the last law. The very last one. The law of persistence. You will not outwork me. You will not outwork me. You will not outpersist me. Hire me, it'll be a blessing. Because I ain't come here to lose.
Come on now.
Compete with me, it'll be your downfall. Because I'm not even competing against you. I'm competing against the $48 million me. I'm competing against that guy. I'm competing against the $48 million me that had made one heck of a plan to get 16 $3 million sources of income. You can't compete with that. Every day I sit down, I convince myself, when am I going to take making $48 million a year in 365 days seriously instead of $3 million? See, I told you I got the plan for the blueprint, but if you listen to the words coming out of my mouth, subconsciously what keeps coming out of my mouth is 3 million and 363. So you can see what my belief is by the C's that come out my mouth. I can believe in 3. Why can't I believe in 48? So I'm not competing against you. I'm competing against what's it going to take me to save $48 million in a year. You can't compete with that. Every day I show up, I show against this dude that got that confidence. I ain't got it right now. What's wrong with me? And I'm going to persistently knock that out. The next time you see me, I might be saying 6 million. Who knows? I don't know. But I do know this. I ain't stopping. I will not stop. I will not quit. It ain't about me. Law of persistence always and will be about you. How many times you show up to a seminar? You got to show up to it like Lisa Nichols 100 times so you get it. Get it? But most people quit. And according to Napoleon Hill in the great book, Think and Grow Rich, I'm going to tell you something about this great story about 3 feet from gold. Maybe you heard of it. Maybe not. I'll give thine the story. Guy is digging and stuff. He's trying to get some gold. Gets all this equipment. Rich insurance. Well, he's getting ready to be a rich insurance guy, but right now, he gets it, goes to a divorce, all his family, it's all messed up. And I'm done. Been here for 3 years. I ain't found no gold doing the gold rush. It is what it is. I'm not fine. Here, sell this equipment for 78% less of what it costed him. So the guy who gets the equipment, there's no knowledge in it. So he goes to what you call specialized knowledge. He consults experts. And the expert says, listen, well, the truth is, they would have found the gold. It's 3 feet under this. They don't know anything about these little lines. It's 3 feet under that. Sure enough, went down. 3 feet later, there was the gold. An unsuspecting guy became rich because he went 3 feet from gold, but the guy quit 3 feet from gold. And let me tell you something I know about physics and science and neurology. Every time you've ever quit, you was always 3 feet from gold. Because you know why? Because it don't get bad until it's 3 feet from gold. You don't get wore out until you're 3 feet from gold. You don't want to quit until you're 3 feet from gold. And you don't actually do quit until you're 3 feet from gold. So I live my life by one thing and one thing only. Think and Grow Rich, great book. I live my life by this. It's this little girl. She needed 50 cents for her mama. She goes to her uncle, who has wealth. It's 1920s. 50 cents is a lot of money. And she asked the uncle nicely, listen, my mama said she needs 50 cents. Uncle's in a bad mood, not going to give her 50 cents. It's not going to happen. Uncle said, okay, but I need this 50 cents. I said, I'm not going to give you this money. How many of you ever asked somebody for something they didn't want to give it to you? And then the little girl says, I need this money. Uncle, this man, he's mad now. He gets up. Now he's going to put a whooping on this little girl. And as he's firing his way to her, the little girl plants her feet and yells and says, I don't care what you do with me. I'm not leaving until I get that 50 cents for my mama. And the uncle looks at her, and his whole countenance changes, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. And he gives her the 50 cents, and as she leaves, he sits down, And he tries to figure out how he got whipped by the old girl. And it's my personal opinion that the Think and Grow Rich says, you know, there's a secret in this book. And if you're ready for it, to reveal it to you. And I read this book at least twice a year for the last 8 years. And one day it hit me years ago. That little girl was willing to die for that 50 cents. And I think that's the secret of this book. Nobody knows for sure, but for me, if I ain't willing to die for it, I won't do it. In an hour and 15 minutes, I'll be keynote speaking somewhere else. Then come back here. But when I get there, they getting everything I got. Because I'll die for this. And when I get back here, you getting everything I got. Because I'm going to die for this. And when I get home, I'm going to die in my bed. As tired as possible. Because this is what I love to do. And I think we should all be that little girl that's willing to look in the eyes of our abusers, our naysayers, the people who can dominate us without effort, and say, I'm not moving until I get that 50 cents. My name is Antonio T. Smith Jr. You can plant better. You can dominate. Thank you very much.